20, but we'll go ahead and just get started. When we last left our heroes, you guys had left the island of Liphole Island, I believe, after making some emergency repairs and fighting off a lizard man attack. You set off across the open sea of the Dusverian Strait. Well, and you were making your way back home. Weather was not terrible. It rained a little bit. It was a bit windy one day, and then you dealt with a kraken attack. Managed to fight the kraken off. The ship was heavily damaged and on its last legs. And you guys were like, well, I guess we'll have to go to Darkfall to, effect emergency repairs. But before that could happen, the kraken found you again, taking the ship down with pretty much all hands lost. Floating upon the sea on a little rowboat, you guys managed to get picked up by a privateer vessel. A vessel under the flag of the Empire, being paid to hunt pirates. They picked you guys up. You successfully lied about what, transpired. Well, stretched the truth or didn't tell the whole truth. You didn't really lie. You were like, yeah, we lost our ship and all hands on board. And they were like, oh, that sucks. All right, well, so yeah, you, and they were actually headed to where you needed to go. Heading to Broken Heights because it's just a port on the eastern side of the strait, and they were just kind of traveling across the strait, hunting pirates, and then they were going to turn back around and head back the other way. You guys managed to make it to the dock of Broken Heights, and that's where we left off. No, nothing crazy happened on the privateer. Although, if you you probably could have tried to take the ship over, but it might have been a little rough to
full TPK
to sail it with 6 people. But you are now here. You have returned to the town of Broken Heights, where you guys sail from. I've added some notes onto the map so you can see where the locations are. And since you guys are familiar with this place, you can basically just ask questions about the places, and I'll tell you what you would know. If you can't, there's large houses on the east side of town that belong to the crew and officers, and then there is a couple of basically apartment complexes in the middle of town where the regular crew was housed. And so you guys are on deck or on the dock, and that's where we left off.
And now they are housed in the belly of a kraken.
Yep, or drowned.
Victoria, where do you? I'm assuming the crew of the ship that brought us here has left, or
they might be around, but they're not really paying attention to you. They're like on offloading supplies or unloading supplies.
So, Teresa, where do we go from here? I haven't really lost a ship since joining the crew.
You mean Victoria?
But
she introduced herself as Teresa, so he's
just in case.
Oh. Wow, you remembered that and I did not. Okay.
I jotted it down.
Yay for notes.
The second I heard you say Teresa, I was like, I need a notepad.
Oh man, it's also been a few weeks, so and she just kind of she's like, well, I'm gonna go home. You guys are welcome to return to your guys' home if you wish. We will probably have a funeral for the rest of the crew sometime during this next week. But for now, you guys get some rest. out of her character, you guys will be having a week of downtime where you do downtime activities, and during the week we will have the funeral, basically. So she's like, we'll figure out where we go after everything, where we go after we take a little bit of a break. So she heads off to her home, which is, she has her own house. Blood turns away from you guys, and you can see his head's hanging low, and he's like, "Oh, I don't got any friends to go home with no more." And he kind of starts to trundle off towards the housing complexes where he lived with the rest of the basic crew.
I was gonna ask. I assume we have like a bunkhouse for those of us who don't own actual houses, or did each
No,
of
so-
us end up?
Ours
So,
is
the
probably the one that
opposite-
says
yeah.
Reaper Officer's Home. I assume
On
that's
the
where we
east
live.
side of town, below Victoria and Captain Grimm's house, there's a
Oh,
large
okay.
house that was for the officers. So you guys, basically, and Tolvo, but he's gone. You know. So yeah, that's where you guys live.
Look kind of bad for Blue, you know. Maybe we shall get drinks this evening.
Can't we invite him to live in our house? Can he fit in our house? We got lots of space.
I mean, we do have a free bed now. I guess so. Although the bed might be a little small for him. Lude, hey,
What?
why don't you come back to the officer's house with us?
Oh, but I'm not an officer, Jack.
In a sense, you're sleeping in the bunkhouse by yourself. There's a free bed. I'd hate to see it go to waste.
Okay. He just turns and follows you guys.
Yes, we'll have him follow us every step of this journey.
We'll put him right in the middle too. So if someone ambushes us, he'll be safe.
The frontline fighter type is protected by all the squishies.
Listen.
Is the lovely lady what I think it is?
Would you like to know about the lovely lady?
I mean, is it a brothel?
No.
Oh, I thought it was. I thought it was a brothel.
I did too.
Not
No,
really.
The Rusty Spoon is the brothel.
Oh.
The lovely lady is a high-end restaurant, and it is owned and operated by a lovely lady per se, who is fancied by Captain Grimm. So
Ooh.
everyone knows that you're on your best behavior if you go there. No rambunctious. If you want to be rambunctious, you go somewhere else.
If you want to be rambunctious, go to the Rusty Spoon.
Basically, yeah. The Rusty Spoon is the actual tavern.
That sounds like a tavern name.
And the owner of the Rusty Spoon is a big, strong, muscly type who can handle rambunctious customers.
I don't know about y'all, but I could use something stronger than grog, or something more tasty than grog. So I will be seeing you at the Rusty Spoon.
I'm gonna go clean up a bit, and then I will meet you at the Rusty Spoon as well.
Yeah. Squawky's gonna follow Catris to the Rusty Spoon.
Okay.
I need to go and get myself a new whistle. I realized that. Yeah, I realized that I gave my whistle to the deck when they were bailing out the water.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
So I lost my whistle.
You lost your. Well, you don't have a ship to call or to use your whistle to make them fire cannons anyway. So
I mean, true.
you might get one later. Yeah. So are you sticking with Catris and Squawky, or are you gonna head home with Zach and freshen up a bit before?
Yeah, I'm gonna go and freshen up,
Okay. Yeah.
polish my
Okay.
shell.
So we'll start with Jack and Yoki. You guys get home, and it's a nice house. It's actually like a manor with probably, we'll say, 10 rooms. You each have your own like bathroom. It's got, it's got running water. It's got plumbing, which is not something that you normally run into in a town this small. But yeah, so you each have your own room / area of the house. It's almost like a suite where it's separated. You've got the main foyer, and there's a dining room where you can all eat together. There's a kitchen. But then you like go upstairs, and like it's separated into your own like basically homes at that point. So if you would want to just like not deal with anybody else and the officers, you can just stay in your own area. Each of the suites has like its own small kitchen, like if you want to make your own food. But there is like there's not somebody on standby at all time, but there is a cook that you can call back and have him make your meals for you. But he doesn't just stay there while you guys are out on the sea, because there's no point for him being there really. Plus, Squawky likes to cook.
Only a lot. He will cook anything at least once, and anyone at least once.
So Blue's like, "Whoa, your guys' house is really nice. Where do I stay?"
I'm assuming we'd know whose Toldo's room is.
Well, yeah, there are actually empty areas, empty rooms, because the house is bigger than the amount of officers you
Yeah,
had.
he said 10 rooms, so that's
Yeah.
much bigger than we need.
Well, I guess find the biggest room where there doesn't appear to be anyone set up. And I guess it's yours.
Okay. He just kind of clumps up the stairs, opens the door. Hello? Hey, there's nobody in this room. Can I have this one?
No, but is there any like clothes on the like the bed or
It's your room, Jack.
no, but no. Down there, the third door on the left.
Okay. How many is 3?
2 more. Just keep going. Just keep walking.
This one?
No, 1 more.
Oh, okay. This one?
That one.
Oh, okay.
I forgot you couldn't
Hello?
count.
His intelligence is like 6, so it's like below average. Is anybody in this one, Jack?
No, that one should be...
That one is, it is empty, yes. Okay. And he just goes inside. Yoki, your room is 2 on the left from the top of the front stairways. And it's, I mean, I gave you guys like a house, and it can be whatever you want in there to a certain extent. Like, whatever you want your room to look like, how you would decorate it.
You walk into Yoki's room, there's just like stuff everywhere. It's like half finished models. Yeah, just half finished models and like things he's making, and like
It's
like
kinda
Merlin's
like a crafting room / like mechanic thing.
Mechanic garage, yeah.
Just shit hanging from the ceiling that you walk into, and it's just like flapping, and
there's just like a metal frame hanging from the ceiling that he's been tinkering on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw that pocket watch I took. It's just like in a drawer with a bunch of other random stuff that I've just taken.
Oh man, a junk drawer. Jack's got a junk drawer.
He's
I feel
got
like
probably
Jack has a
30.
junk like closet since he's a kleptomaniac and just steals shit. He's like,
He's
he
got a
opens
junk
up his
drawer of
walk-in
holding.
closet and it's just stuff piled up the sides. He's like, this is my vault.
That.
Okay. But I also feel like Jack would be the type where he's got that closet, but it's like padlock number 1, padlock number 2, padlock number 3, a couple of like sliding bolts at the top so short people can't like get to it.
A couple riddles.
Right? He's got a freaking like
Gotta solve a Rubik's
a
Cube.
safe. Yep. Okay.
And that's just to open the first door.
That's the door to his room. His stuff closet is just a reinforced metal room. All right. Back to the rusty spoon. You guys, it's kind of like midday, so it's not super busy in the tavern, but you walk in, there's it's a very sparse tavern. There's a bar. It's not like an inn, it's a tavern. There's a bar, and there's a Goliath man that you are familiar with behind the counter. His name is somewhere on my notes here. Where is okay? His name is Brutus. He's a male Goliath. He's 7 foot tall, and he's got a shaved head, and his skin is a dark brownish color, and he's just he's got the classic, like, he's got an apron on, and he's got his freaking towel drying off pint glasses. And he looks over and he goes, welcome in, guys. What can I get for you? And like I said, it's very sparse in here. There's very little decoration. There's tables, and mostly empty tables. There's a couple tables that are occupied by 1 or 2 patrons.
I take it there's like a bar with stools in front of it.
Yep, but this place is known for being like where out-of-towners go, and the rambunctious crews come here to drink. So Brutus doesn't like put stuff on the walls, like any sort of decoration, because it's gonna get broken. Like, he's a very practical tavern owner who's like, I'm not gonna put things on the walls that someone can rip off and like smash over someone's head when a brawl fight breaks out, because it's gonna happen.
Makes
like,
sense.
simple wooden chairs, simple wooden tables. They're not fancy in any way because they're gonna get broken and he's gonna have to replace them. So yes, and there's a bar. All the nice stuff, like the glasses and stuff, they're kept behind the counter because he's like, I can protect this with a freaking hammer.
Brutus, you got any stout on tap?
Yeah, sure.
I'll take a pint, please.
Squawky is gonna go up, sit at the bar, set down 5 gold, and say, Brutus, I won't forget. Sit at the bar.
Like,
set
I can
down
do that
5
for you.
gold.
And he fills up the pint glass, hands it to Catris. He's like, you want the good stuff?
Squawky will nod.
Okay. I mean, he pulls he swipes the 5 gold off the counter into his apron, and he goes and he opens up like a cabinet, and he pulls out like most of the liquor is like kept in bottles on the shelf, and it doesn't have like a label or anything because it's all like moonshine and like locally made stuff that, or you buy by the crate, right? Like, just, it's simple whiskey, doesn't have a label. But this stuff, like, it's got a label, it's fancy. He sets it on the counter, he gives you a shot glass, and it's a fifth of whiskey, but it's the good stuff.
Yeah, Squawky will pour himself a shot, and he's just going to drink until he's can't drink anymore.
Have I had you guys on these characters roll your alcohol tolerance yet? Did we do that? I can't remember.
At least some of us.
Mm,
I rolled an 8.
I got a
rolled
10.
1, 2.
Okay.
But I don't
Couldn't remember if I
what
made
rolled.
everybody do it or. So, Squawky's, he's got an average alcohol resistance. So, and plus you're small, so it only takes a few shots for you to get slobber knockered. Because Squawky is he a small character? Are you small or are you medium?
He is medium.
Oh,
He's
my
4
alcohol
foot 5.
tolerance is 8 as well.
I think Yoki rolled really high. I think
I rolled a 15.
Yeah, so quite above average. But yeah, you take a shot and you're just kind of sitting there, waiting for it to kick in. Take another shot. Back to the other two guys. Have you finished what you were doing? You're freshening up. You heading down to the Rusty Sport?
Yeah, stop by Blood's room and tap on the door. Blood, we're heading down to the Rusty Spoon. Have you had a chance to settle in?
No response.
I'll knock again. If there's still no response, then I'll crack the door open and peek inside.
Yeah, he's on the bed, passed out.
Sleeping like
Snoring
a baby.
loudly, like you could almost, as soon as you crack open the door, you hear it's basically shaking the room of.
Adorable.
I don't know why I thought he was gonna open the door and Blood was gonna be swinging from the rafters.
I'd say I wasn't gonna.
That big dude.
I wasn't gonna go that
like
dark.
8.5 feet tall.
I thought
I
just
figured
Blood was
it
gonna
was-
be like sobbing in the corner or something.
I either thought he was gonna be swinging from the rafters or he was gonna Kurt Cobain himself as soon as Jack walked in. I don't know why that's where my brain went. My brain just went dark.
I was picturing like the classic anime crouching in the corner with that dark shadow over his head.
No, he's just asleep.
I will leave him to his sleep, and
Like the
on
room
my
that
way-
you go into, it's sparse because there was nobody was in there. But like the beds are nice. Like each one of you has like a king size bed, and it's got like the canopy type bed where the sheets come down, or like the mosquito netting or whatever. Because you are on a tropical island, and bugs are an issue sometimes. So he didn't put the mosquito netting down because he's Blood, and he probably wouldn't be able to figure it out, and he'd just tear it, and bugs don't bother him. He sleeps. He slept on the deck of the Reaper. Like
as he snores, just all of the bugs just go straight into his mouth, and just
and then he blows out and they go flying out.
Yeah.
No, I mean the bug issue is not really prevalent right now. It's usually when it gets dark and they swarm to the light inside.
Cool. I will leave him to his sleep, and as I'm heading past Yoki's room, I will shout, "Yoki, heading to the bar!"
I'll meet you down there.
Go
Okay.
to the bar.
So Jack makes his way over there. When he walks in the front, he can see Squawky already starting to get pretty tipsy at the bar after a couple of shots of some good quality whiskey. And I'm assuming, was Catris just gonna sit at the bar and drink his pint, or did you go grab a table?
I'm actually gonna ask, kind of quietly. Hey, Brutus, you got any games in town you know about? Like gambling games?
Oh, probably not this early in the day.
Oh, what time of day is it actually?
It's like midday,
Oh, okay.
which is
You
why
hear-
the tavern's not busy right now.
You hear anything happening tonight?
Yeah, I mean, there should be plenty of card games going on this evening here.
I was thinking something more like high stakes.
I'm not really a part of that scene. Sorry, Catrus.
It's all good. It's all good.
I will head over and sit down next to Squawky. Squawky, it's still early. You need to pace yourself. Let me help. And I will take his and just drink straight from the bottle. And then
Bruce is like, Jack,
this is good. Do you have another?
you want another whole bottle?
Yes.
Squawky will pop his head up and go, "Aye."
He just taps the counter.
5 gold.
And he goes back over to the to that same cabinet and he opens it up, pulls out another one. I mean, you can see past him. It's not really over his shoulder because he's big and tall, but it's like under his arm. That there's probably like maybe 5 more bottles in there. Like he had 6 in total. So he pulls one out, grabs a shot glass, which the glassware here very clean. He runs a very clean shop, which is surprising for pirates in a town. You're used to just in a town tavern. You're used to like having like, oh, this glass is a little dirty. Like, get the smudges off of it and use your own dirty shirt to clean it. But no, the glassware here is surprisingly clean. He definitely keeps his stuff clean, and he hands you a shot glass next to the 5th, and he's like, "All right," and he scoops the 5 gold into his pouch, into his apron.
This is fantastic. Catrus, you gotta try this.
Beer before liquor, never sticker, man. I'll try it next time.
You're a boss. And I am also going to drink to forget.
Okay. Yeah. And whenever you want to show up, Yoki, just let me know.
I am, whilst like in my room, if anyone was to walk past, they're just going to hear like hammering and tinkering. I'm going to infuse item. I'm going to put repeating shot on my flintlock.
Okay. I don't think that requires a roll or anything. You just do it, right?
No, yeah, I'm just letting you know. It's what I'd be doing, just sort of messing about with it.
Yeah, you're in your work. Got your workbench. You got your tools and hammering away while the rest of the guys drink to forget. It does not take very long. You guys maybe get through a third of each of your bottles before you are absolutely sloshed, like completely just ran. Oh, Heidi, like just. And
Yo
then
ho
Catrus,
ho and a bottle of whiskey.
yeah, yo ho ho and a bottle of whiskey. Yep.
If anyone has a shanty now, that would be impressive.
You've probably gotten through your pint at this point. I don't know if you want anything else to drink.
I'll have a second one, a sequel to the first.
Okay, yeah, he just pours you another one. And of course, you guys did this on an empty stomach, so extra drunk. I mean, it's gotten to the point. I'm assuming like Yoki's not going to come down at all. You're just
I'm just going to be doing my thing up in my room, tinkering and.
Does it have like a time on how long it takes to infuse an item?
It doesn't say.
Okay.
But it does say that I can only have 2 for now. So
We'll say it takes you like an hour to just like you're just like carving the runes onto your pistol. You keep having to like reheat the metal the metal spike, I guess. I don't really know what to call it. It's like a metal pencil that you're using to heat up and carve the runes into the side of the pistol that make the magic infuse. I don't know what you would call that. Like it's
scribe, some kind of scribe thing, yeah.
And yeah, so that takes you about an hour. It's been about an hour of Squawky and Jack going shot for shot with each other, and they are sloshed. Catrus has had a couple pints. He's feeling pretty good too. I mean, obviously not drinking to forget, but yeah,
Yeah, I want to earn some money
you
tonight.
guys have drunk to forget.
Would we know what the time is?
Well, it's been about an hour, so it's around 2 in the afternoon.
Squawky wants his blood alcohol content to be 4.
You mean his alcohol blood content?
Yeah, whichever one.
I mean, you guys, if you each, so you've each had probably about 5 shots at this point. If you take one more, you will pass out. Let me know if you want your character to pass out.
Yeah, Squawky will pass right the fuck out.
Okay.
Squawky's sad. People he's known for the past 8 years are just gone.
Yeah.
I want to take what's left of my 5th and head out to the docks.
Okay. That's dangerous.
Find
Squawky
Jack floating
stays
in the
at the
water.
bar, knocks back that last shot, and then just off the stool. Boom.
I'm gonna go ahead and take a wing over my shoulder and head and take Squawky back to the base, back to the
And
house.
you start to head out, and you see Brutus behind you. He like grabs what's left of the 5th and just puts the lid back on and takes it back over and sticks it back in his cupboard. He's like, "Well, this is mine now."
Squawky got what he needed out of that.
So yeah, Catrus is hauling Squawky's drunk, unconscious ass back to the house, and which you can do because like you're not in combat. I'm not making you like roll for anything, but it's just gonna take you extra time to get there.
It's not like Squawky's super heavy. He's 110
Right,
pounds.
but Catrus is a freaking sorcerer with like probably negative strength modifiers.
I have one, thank you very much.
Oh, snap.
Snap, stronger than most casters. And Jack goes out to the dock. Jack goes out to the dock. I don't know what you were planning on doing, but you can see.
Walk out. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, as you can see when you head out there, you would have also, most of you would have seen this when you got there too. There are 2 other ships that are docked there, besides the privateer that brought you guys in, and there is a 3rd ship that is under construction on the west end of the deck, of the dock. It's looking like it's probably about 3/4 of the way done. It's over on this end. If you're looking at the map, next to this whole compound right here is the boat building complex, where the boat building family that lives here builds boats, and then once they get big enough to set out here on they put them out here on the edge of the dock and then finish them usually. So yeah.
I'm gonna walk to the end of one of the empty piers and sit down at the end, just dangling my legs off the end and nurse my drunken state for as long as I can until I cry and pass out on the pier.
Okay. Yeah, you so which dock were you on?
Wait, there's several docks?
Look, so which
Oh.
end of the dock? There's 4 that head out into the water.
Well, whichever one doesn't have a boat at it currently. I assume this one?
So this is the one where the privateer docked at,
Oh, okay.
and then these 2 were already here, and then this one has the one that's being built.
Do we
There's
know what
technically
these
a
ships
boat
are
at each
called?
one.
Okay, so I guess the one that's not populated, if they're all pretty busy and bustling, I will probably head out of town to a quieter part of the beach.
Okay. Yeah, they're it's midday. They're pretty bustling right now.
Okay, so then I'll head out of town to a quieter part of the beach then.
Okay. Do you just want to like over here to the east or down here to the south?
Down here and to the east and throw rocks into the water.
Okay. It's very inaccurate because you are still pretty drunk. You're just like rock. Okay.
Can't hit the broadside of the sea.
And yeah, you've got the bottle now. He didn't let you take your shot glass, so you've just got the bottle now, and you're just like taking. You take a final pull from it, and you pass out.
How close to the water did you pass out? And is it high tide?
I don't know. How close were you to the water?
Presumably above the obvious high tide line.
Okay. Yeah, it
He
was
wants to hang out on the beach, not get swept away.
So Jack has passed out. Squawky and Catrus make their way back to the officer's house. You can hear Yoki like slamming away in his workshop.
I'm assuming I know which bedroom is Squawky's.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna go
It's
take
the
him
second
in.
one on the right.
Okay, the one next to Jack's, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I got it. I'm gonna take him in there, but I'm not gonna try to haul him into bed. I'm just gonna kind of like prop him up against a wall in his bedroom.
Okay.
Listen,
Just let him
I'm
fall face first on the floor.
no, I'm propping him up on the wall, so he's like, resting against the wall. But I'm not gonna try
Well,
to
just
haul him
throw
up
him
into his
on
bed.
bed. Okay. So Squawky's passed out in his own room.
I'm picturing like half of it is charts, half of it is just stuff related to foods. Like there's hanging meats and all kinds of shit.
Sure. And
Meat
there's
hanging in your...
maps that you've drawn that are hanging on the walls.
Meat and maps.
Yep,
How old is that meat?
maps.
Cured meats. I mean,
It'd
I guess
be
it
like
could be jerky or something.
basically, it's like jerkies and whatnot. I'm not like, yeah, no, he's got some prime rib hanging in his room just for
no,
shits
I
and
mean,
giggles.
I'm imagining that he has like
Drying
smokers.
racks? Yeah.
Yeah, drying racks and like a couple smoker like cabinets where he's, smokes some jerky. It just smells. To me, it would smell amazing in his room. But if you're not into meats, then I don't blame you. I don't know if anybody here is a vegetarian or a vegan.
Not anymore.
Maybe a few wheels of cheese.
Now that would probably have gone bad with how long you've been gone.
Even if it's covered in wax?
Well, no, but it's very tropical here, and it's a fairly warm season, so
yeah, maybe not cheese.
yeah, the
Nice
cheese would kind of
hot
be like
cheese.
yeah, it would like be partially melted, probably
It's
covered
like-
in flies.
Queso.
It's like it's a bedroom, not a
there's-
storage cellar.
Right? Yeah, there are places where there's storage underground where it is cooler, but yeah, you're
Well, there is a
upstairs on
type of cheese that has live maggots in it.
well, yeah, but that's
I
disgusting.
forget what it's called, but yeah, it's illegal in the U.S.
It's not really cheese at that point.
I wonder
It's pretend
why.
cheese. Okay.
It's
So-
famous down in Mexico.
Unless Yoki and Catrus want to do something, we'll fast forward for a few hours until the rest of the crew wakes up and it gets a little later in the evening.
Which room is mine?
Yours is the first one on the left, at the top of the stairs. Yoki's is the second on the left. You had Jack on the first one in the right, and Squawky second one on the right, and then Blue managed to be in the third one on the right.
Got it. I'm just gonna take a nice bubble bath. Hey,
Okay.
I have a question because I was kind of entertaining this headcanon that Catrus is trying his hand at brewing his own wine. Is that something that I can do without having to take any sort of skills or
It would
feats?
okay, so it that sort of thing wouldn't be allowed here in this town because one of the main exports of Broken Heights is a very special wine that is
Okay.
created on this island. and
Okay.
like so that family has like the rights to make wine on this island. So you could do it. It just and you're a pirate, obviously, but it's technically illegal here. So you don't want to get caught, but you could try to make your own wine. But again, the wine that's made here, it's like worldwide famous, and but it's not very expensive here. So like the chance of you making your own wine that's better than what you can get here, very,
It's
very low.
slim.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the point in making the effort when I could just go next door and get some really good wine?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
I get it. Okay. Then I'm just gonna take a bubble bath, light some
Okay.
candles.
I mean, you would have if you wanted to, you would have some bottles of wine in your room if you wanted to be like enjoying a bubble bath and a glass of wine.
Yep. That's what I
Okay.
intend.
There you've got like a 50-year-old like Merlot.
Ooh, that sounds so good.
Wine always sounds good, but I've never had one that didn't just taste like rotten fruit.
Oh, but I love Merlot. That's my favorite.
So yeah, you lit some candles. You're having yourself a nice like afternoon spa like day, and suddenly you hear on the door, "Hey, Catress, are you home?"
Yeah, I'm home, Blood. What do you want?
"Oh, okay, I'm coming in."
Okay,
And
I've
he
got
just like
bubbles, so I'm like, whatever.
he
It's
just
fine.
opens the door and he's like, "Hey, where are you?" Because you're not actually in your room. You'd be in your like bathroom or whatever.
Back here, Blood.
You hear stomping as he comes over. "Where is everybody?"
Oh, it's just dawned on me that Blood might not be intelligent enough to understand that everyone's dead.
Oh, he knows.
Oh, okay, he is
He
aware.
was sad when you got here because he was like, "Oh man, I gotta go
That's true.
home to the housing complex with none of my friends."
That's true.
Yeah. Well, and the fact that he witnessed it, I bet helped too. He could have kind of comprehend. Oh, yep, nope, everybody's dead.
Yeah, he's not that dumb. He's just not a thinker.
He's very simple.
Yeah.
Well, Squawky's passed out in his room. I heard noise coming out of Yoki's room. I don't know what he's doing. I don't pretend to understand what he's
Are
doing.
you naked?
No, Blood. I'm taking a bath fully clothed.
Okay. He
And
believes you. Like, what do you want from me? You don't even have to roll like a deception check. He's just like,
I
it's
don't
just
know
like
what
swimming.
Jack is. Yeah, just like swimming, but with bubbles. You want some wine, Blood?
Oh yeah. Well,
I
that was a
will.
mistake because like he takes the whole bottle and just chugs this 50-year-old Merlot, all of it, out of the bottle, and he's like, "Oh, it was good," and then he
Sag.
smashes the glass.
You
'Cause
take
it's very simple.
1d6 emotional damage.
And you're just sitting there with your like almost empty glass, and you're like, "Oh, that was the best wine that you had in your house." You have more bottles, but none of them are that good.
Yeah, he brought.
He's like, "Oh, can I have
busted the
some
one that
more?"
was my
After he
favorite.
smashes the bottle.
That's all I got, Blood.
"Oh, okay. I'm gonna go find Jack."
Okay, close the door on your way out.
He doesn't.
He left glass all over the floor. He left my door. I mean, we're all dudes here. It's fine.
Well, I mean,
but
you've got clothes on. It's fine. You got your boots on. You can just walk over the glass.
And yeah, I mean, like he leaves, and he leaves the front door open.
oh, the front door too, huh?
I mean, he's a pirate who lives on a pirate ship. He's not used to having to close doors. Yeah,
He usually hangs out on the deck.
So, Catrus is enjoying the rest of their spa day. Yoki, is there anything you wanted to do in these couple hours that passed by when? Because like you made your gun.
Um, Not especially. Just
Okay.
sort of contemplate and
You're just like going over. You're like looking at blueprints and stuff, and you're like thinking about what could be cool to make next. And you're just like,
just fiddling
maybe a
with bits.
cannon that shoots people out of it.
That would be amazing.
Ideas. Yeah, and Squawky is currently passed out, and so is Jack on the Jack is all of a sudden shaken awake.
Oh God!
Jack, wake up! Are you dead? Are you dead too?
Look,
And he's shouting, so you're like, oh my god, Jack! Oh, what? Oh, you're alive! Oh my god!
no, Jack, look, not so loud. Just whisper.
Okay, are you okay?
I'm fine. Just let me sleep.
You want to go home?
No.
Oh, I'm gonna carry you home.
Okay.
Pick you up.
Such a sweetheart.
Just for this world.
I'm still drunk and barely awake. I'm just gonna like stare back and reach out to the what is left of the bottle on the beach.
The
But I'm
bottle is not
gonna
there.
It's not. Somebody took it.
Nope.
Damn it.
It's gone.
The seagull stole it.
Drunk seagulls, man. I'm gonna weep for my bottle.
With your passive perception, you possibly also would notice that your coin purse is gone.
It's also probably a 15 right now.
It's probably what?
Like a 15 right now.
Oh, yeah, but you're very in tune with your money usually, because that's who you are, and you're like, where's my coin pouch?
Shit.
So currently, whatever coin you had on your person is not there anymore.
I hope it wasn't a lot.
It was a lot.
Was.
The Blood sees you kind of panicking. He's like, "What's the matter, Jack?"
But my coin purse is gone. Is there? Oh God. Is there anyone else around?
No. He kind of sets you down at that point. And you do notice that there are footprints in the sand that are not yours, and they are not Blood's.
But Can, can we follow these? Like carry me and follow these.
Follow what?
These prints here. I'm just like gonna start crawling along the ground, following the footprints this way.
He's like, Jack, those are just little holes in the sand.
Yeah, just come with me. Just come with me.
Okay, here, I'll put you on my back. And he just like gives you like put you on his back like piggyback style, so you can see over his shoulder, and like still like because you're still it's very hard for you to walk in a straight line, but like you can see the footprints, and you're like pointing at him which way to go, because like he's like, these are just little holes in the sand, Jack, they're done nothing. And yeah, you follow it back into town, eventually to the edge of the sand. It's pretty much right out to the road, like right here, outside of the Rusty Spoon, is where the footprints in the sand lead back onto the paved cobblestone, and you can't really see the footprints anymore. Which way do we go, Jack? Right or left?
It's a great question, Blue. I'm gonna look around as best I can to see.
Make a perception check with disadvantage.
Yay!
9.
Hurts.
You're just like
25 versus 9.
you're just like, yeah, shit. You can't see anything. He's like, you want me to put you down?
Yeah.
He just drops.
But
you.
no.
He just like lets go of your legs, and you slide right back off his back, and you're like, oh shit. You like free fall, trying to land. And you just tumble. Not enough to take damage because it's not high enough, but like you're just like you fall on your ass, and you're like, oh,
I'm gonna
go
roll
Jack,
over
and he just grabs you by like your shirt and just stands you up, and you're just like.
Lean against Flute for a second. Try not to throw up.
All right, roll a d20. Just a straight d20. No. 9. Yeah, you're like, it's a little bit of that comes up, and you're like, no. Okay. I love
All
these
right.
situations because in my other campaign, one of the guys that was always trying to like burp or fart on command, and he rolled a 1 when he farted on command, so he shit himself. And when he was burping at a bar, he rolled a 1 as well and threw up all over the table. Just
And when we roll ones, a lot of people die.
Yeah.
When you roll 1s, you lose a ship that somehow you're going to have to pay Captain Grimm back for.
Roll for Kraken.
I'm gonna get down to some more careful inspection of
Okay.
the tracks.
This would be more of an investigation check.
Disadvantage.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's
Wow,
still better.
19. Jeez.
This-
You rolled a natural 17 and a natural 19. All right. And you're like, okay. All right. And you like look around, and like the people have traveled here, but you do like you see a half footprint in between the cobblestone in the mud that is very similar to the footprints in the rest of the, and they're barefoot. These tracks are barefoot, and most of the people that walk on the cobblestone street wear boots. So it's a lot easier to tell when someone barefoot's walking along. So you see that spot, and you're like, okay, they went to the left.
This way, Luke.
Okay.
I can walk.
Are
I
you
can walk.
sure?
No, but I'm gonna walk.
He's like, here, I'll hold you up, and just grabs you by like the back of your shirt. So like if you start to like go, he can just like hold you in place. It's like a leash. He's like holding you by like the scruff of the neck, but it's obviously it's the back of your shirt. So he's like, just lead me, Jack. You're okay.
I'm gonna try and follow the muddy footprints since I obviously it wouldn't be obvious footprints, but I get since they stepped in mud, I assume there's a little bit more to follow, at least to the next intersection.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so you found the footprint here. You get
Okay.
here, and then you need to make another investigation check. Oh yeah, you are an urchin. Does that give you? What does that give you?
I think it's I can navigate through cities faster. Yeah.
Oh, I was implying that the urchins were the ones that stole his purse, but
I know, but that just reminded me that Jack is an urchin. So
So would Jack know the like general whereabouts of potential people like that here?
I don't
Yeah.
know, Jack. Give me a d20 roll to see if you know the general location of someone in this town that might be stealing shit. 16, you absolutely know exactly where the underground market is here in Broken Heights. Is that where you would like to go?
That's where I'm gonna head towards.
Okay. It's in the basement of a building right by the entrance, right here.
Cool. I'm gonna
So
guide.
so you're like, I mean, you do a little bit of a look, and you're like, you see that it turned to the right, and you're like, oh shit, I know where they're going.
Yep.
Blue's
I'm
like,
gonna,
where we going, Jack?
to the right. That
Okay.
way.
You want me to carry you?
No.
Okay. Yeah, you stumble your way over to that building, and it looks abandoned from the outside. But you rolled a 16, so you know the secret tap code to get them to open the door. So you go up and you're just like,
haircut.
tap, 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 and the door, and you see the face of a half elf stick out, and he goes, ah, shit. He opens it up, Jack, and you know this man to be, gotta open my notes.
Classic. Gotta open my notes.
You
I
know
knew
this
them
man.
well.
His name is Ty.
With a what?
Ty. Yep.
Ah. Ty. I'm here on business.
Yeah. What business? I didn't even know you was back in town.
Oh, we just got in earlier today.
Right.
There was no real pomp and circumstance. You know how Grim is.
So he steps back and allows you through the door. And the interior of this building also still looks abandoned, but it's very not abandoned. It's got like furniture with, sheets draped over it, but it's not like you can tell with your passive perception of ridiculous, even with drunk. There's not like dust and like debris that would, just be there for an abandoned warehouse. So it's made to look like one, but obviously it's not, at least on this level. And so he's just standing there in the doorway, and he's like, Blue, you got to stay outside. Goes, okay, I'll be out here, Jack. Just shout, and I'll come running.
Oh, thanks, but thanks.
All right.
Anyone come by with a how much do I trust Ty?
You don't trust him as far as you could throw him.
Okay, I figured.
You know each other. You know that he's a criminal, but you're a pirate, so you both are just like looking at each other. I mean, you still got your weapons on you, but you see he is also armed. He's got a short sword on his hip. He's got a pistol, and his hands are like on his hips, and like, but his right hand is like suspiciously close to the handle of his pistol. Like he is like, all right, Jack, what are you doing here? We were supposed to stay out of each other's bit. Like his body language is, we're supposed to stay out of each other's business. Why are you here? Why are you in my face? Like, if you want to throw down, I'm gonna throw down. That's what you get from his like stance. But obviously, you're just like, he can tell you're drunk, and he's like, okay, so Jack is drunk. What the fuck is going on?
I want to look him up and down, see if I can see my coin purse or the bottle of whiskey on him.
Oh no, you don't. He doesn't have it.
I figured he didn't. But anyone
Wah, wah, wah.
anyone come by here with an expensive bottle of whiskey in the last few hours?
And he kind of like looks contemplative. He's like, no, I don't think so.
Have you had any business today?
I had a couple of new customers come in, but that's it.
You mind if I sit down?
Man, how much have you had to drink?
A bit. I've had a bit.
Shit, man. All right, so he pulls the sheet back from a relatively nice couch. Like, they obviously throw the sheets over it during the day, but they still use like the furniture. Just most of the time, it's made to look abandoned. He's like, You need to lie down?
Yeah, you have any tea or coffee?
Shit, man, this ain't no freaking halfway house. What do you want?
I'll be straight with you, Ty. Someone took my coin purse.
Oh, shit. Well, that's not, that wouldn't be any of my guys. We know not to mess with the crew. You know not to mess with us. It's an unspoken agreement we've had for years. But like I said, there's been a couple new customers that came in. Could go see if one of them has it.
What can you tell me about them? What they look like?
Couple of teenage punks, really. One of them was a halfling. Short blonde hair. The other one, a gnome. Like, they're a couple of little guys running around.
What did they stop by for?
They wanted to buy some stuff. And they knew the passcode for the door, so I don't know.
They give you any names?
We don't generally do names. It's all underground business here, Jack. You know that.
The urchins in town, they still hang out in the same spot.
Yeah, here.
So these weren't one of them?
No, these are new ones. I ain't seen these ones before. I'm not sure. Maybe they came in on that boat that showed up earlier. But again, they're like, even though they were little guys, they didn't look very old. Probably about teenagers, I'd say.
I think back, do I recognize seeing them as part of the crew of the ship we came in on? No. Okay.
Nope. That ship was crewed mostly by humans.
Okay.
With maybe like a half elf here or there.
You know which way they went when they left?
Well, as far as I know, they're still downstairs.
Interesting. You mind if I talk to them?
How much is it to you?
Ty, you know I don't got any money on me right now. Let me get it back. I'll give you 10 silver.
All right, come on. And he heads over to a wall, and like he's like, "Hey, turn around."
I turn around.
You try to peek?
No, I don't try to peek.
Okay. So you hear him kind of shuffle off to the side a little bit, and you hear like him tapping his foot on certain places, and then a hidden wall slides open, revealing a staircase. He's like, "All right, come on, in front."
I'll head down the stairs.
Okay. You head downstairs, and it is very much like a market down here. It's underground, far enough down to where it's not actually. It's just like a cavern, basically, down here. And you head down, and there's just stalls. There's stalls with some shady-looking motherfuckers behind each one. Like, this is obviously illegal goods and stolen goods, and like, even in a town that's friendly to pirates, there's an even deeper part of illegal activities here in town. And he's like, there's that one right there. He points out, and you see a halfling, and he's got a coin purse in his hand that looks oddly familiar. And he's at one of the stands, looking like he's trying to buy something.
I will walk up next to him and start appraising the goods of the stand. I guess what's this particular stand selling?
This stand is selling weapons. Small-sized weapons, like daggers, short swords, like a sickle, like stuff that is kind of easy to hide. And you can tell with your keen eye that there's a couple of candles or like special candles placed behind like the supports for like, you know, because it's like a market bazaar type tent type thing. You know, you how open counter, but there's like a tent over the top. You know what I'm saying? Like usually when you go to a market bazaar,
Yeah.
it has a cover on top, and behind the supports are two small candles that are giving off like a purplish light. So it's casting a light over the weapons on the counter, and from what you glean, you're like, it makes them shimmer and look like they're enchanted, but they're probably not.
Very mundane.
It's very much a scam, it looks like to you, and you're like, okay. Like this guy this reedy character behind the counter, it's a freaking knoll, and he just like is just this thinnest looking old gray knoll that his eyes, his beady black eyes are looking at you, and he's like, can I help you, sir?
You might.
And like, so you like, he's got like a robe on, but you can see his hands are just thin. Like, this guy is unnaturally thin, especially for a knoll. And he's hunched over. So normally, if he was standing up, he'd probably be like 7 feet tall. But he's very hunched and old, and like time has broken him down a bit. Sorry, I interrupted you. What were you gonna say?
The whole time I want to keep the
halfling.
The halfling, at least in my peripheral vision, like one eye on him the whole time, but I'm gonna pick up just like a dagger and inspect it. Turn it over.
Relatively nicely made. Like this, he's trying to pass them off as magical weapons, and magical weapons don't deteriorate. So like he keeps, you can tell like it's finely made, but it's, once you pull it off the table, that sheen from the candles go away, and he's like, please don't touch the merchandise.
My apologies. I'll put it back down. Looked like I'm shopping for some self-defense.
Eh? Oh shit. And he turns to bolt.
No. Grab his shoulder.
Dude, let me go! You drunk old fuck! And he like tries to bite your hand.
You little shit.
And he starts to bolt, but Ty has moved to the other side of him, and he's like, and he's like got his hand on his sword, and he's like, and he's like, oh shit.
And I'll wrap an arm around his shoulder and be like, let's talk.
Fuck. And Ty's like, this way. He leads you to basically his office down here. It's just a room in the side. And you know, there's he has his desk and a couple chairs, and he sits behind the desk. Closes the door behind you, so it's not an easy way to escape. But he sits behind the desk, and he says, you know, you can sit in the two chairs that are in front there. He's like,
I think you have a couple of things that belong to me.
I ain't do shit. You can't prove it.
You know, the funny thing about this whole establishment is I don't really have to.
Don't hurt me.
Where's my whiskey? And where's my coin purse? In that order.
I don't got your whiskey, and I don't got your coin purse.
Then I'll take whatever you have.
But you can't do that. And Ty's just like, can if he wants. Ty's like, And this guy is a high upstanding member of our society here. And the halfling's like, fuck! Oh, shit! You're one of those fucking pirates, aren't you?
Aye.
Damn it, damn it, damn it! Why didn't he tell me he stole from a pirate? And he just, like, chucks your coin purse, like, on the desk in front of you. Because he was holding it, like, in both hands, trying to, like, hide it. But his clothes are very tattered. He's barefoot. Like, he doesn't have a place to freaking coin purse on his small-ass person. Because he's a halfling.
Jesus. And I'll check how much is left in the coin purse. It was originally 135 gold and change.
Yeah, you find about 100 gold.
No, not 1,000.
So there's some of the gold is missing.
That's pretty good. So, where's your friend?
I don't know.
Is he lying?
You make an insight check. 14. I'd say no.
It's a really expensive bottle.
He's like, look, you got your money back. Let me go.
No. Ty, I think I owe you. I'll put 2 coin on his desk.
He just, picks them up, rubs them together, and just holds on to them.
And you're going to come with me until I shake this and the hangover and get some more booze.
You can't detain me.
I could just kill you.
Okay. I'll come with you.
And Ty, thank you for your help. And I'll,
No problem.
leave you to your business. And as I'm walking out the door, also, Ty, you're still an asshole, and your sister's still hot.
Fuck you.
And I will lead the kid ahead of me out upstairs back to Blue.
He's like, get off him. You go outside and Blue's like, oh, Jack. Oh, who's this? He's like, holy shit, you're huge.
Trying to decide. He's either a snack or crew member. I not. Let's go back to the house.
Okay. And he's like squirming. Let me go. And like you start walking him back towards the house, and there's. You guys know that there is a militia here that's kind of like a police force / military / they just kind of protect the place. And you see a couple of them standing there. And he's like, help! This guy's trying to kidnap me! Help me! And they kind of look at him. And they look at you. And they just kind of nod.
Nod back.
They know who you are. You don't know these ones personally by name, but they know who you are. And he's like, fuck! Ah, shit! And you drag the halfling back to the officer's house. Blue's like, hey, don't move! Where do you want me to throw him, Jack?
Honestly, I haven't thought that far ahead. Just stay here, in the common room. I'm gonna go ask Katris and Yoki if they have any ideas.
Okay.
Go upstairs and whichever door's first. I assume it's Yoki's?
To the left,
Mine's
the first room is
first.
Katris, yeah.
Okay, so I'll knock on Katris' door.
I mean, I think at this point, Katris would be out of the bath, but...
Yeah, I'm picking up the glass shards off of the floor.
Did you ever close the door?
Yeah, when I got out of the bath, I closed the door so I could put some pants on. So I'm
you
sitting
hear-
there, dripping wet hair, nothing but pants on, and I'm sitting here grumbling while I'm picking up the shards.
Katris, are you here?
Yeah, come on in, watch your step.
Did somebody ransack the place, or did you drop the bottle?
Well, I was trying to be kind of blued, but then he went and broke my really good bottle of wine.
There has been so much wasted alcohol today. We'll have to have 2 funerals.
Did you need something, Jack?
Oh, right. There's a kid downstairs. He stole my current coin purse, and I'm a little too inebriated to figure out what to do with.
Did he pickpocket you?
Yes. Yeah, stole it from me while I was sleeping.
All right, I'll go talk to him.
Thank you. I'm just gonna go back to my room and fall asleep.
so Katris, you head out and you see down in the foyer, Blood's like standing there by the door, arms crossed, just watching this halfling who's just sitting on one of the benches in the foyer, like twiddling his thumbs. He's like, "I'm not doing anything. I didn't do anything." Looking around. Your keen eyes look like you can tell he's looking for something to steal. He's like,
Hey, kid, what's your name?
I didn't do nothing. Fuck off.
Okay, fuck off. My name's Katris.
That's not my name, you shitty old person.
Okay, then what is your name?
I don't have to tell you. You're not a cop.
All right, fuck off it is. So fuck off. You got any skills? You got anything that you can do besides picking the pockets of drunk assholes laying on the beach?
I didn't steal anything.
All right, then what did you do? Tell me what you did.
I went shopping. He just looks up at you because he's a halfling. He's like sitting there swinging his legs because he doesn't touch the ground, and he's like, "I went shopping."
And what were you shopping for?
A weapon that would defend myself from shitty old people.
Just how old do you think I am, kid?
I don't know, 70?
Yeah, I'm 70. You got me there, kid.
I'm a pretty
Tell you
good
what.
judge of age.
Tell you what, we are putting together a crew, and we need people with quick hands and quick wits. You looking for a job?
Wait, what happened?
We need to put together a crew, and it seems to me you don't have a whole lot of allies in this town. You also don't look like you got a nice place to live or money to fill your belly with food. If you want a job, we can provide you with a place to live and food and clothing and weapons to defend yourself from old people like us.
This go from me being caught stealing shit to all of a sudden getting a job.
You know what a pirate is?
Yeah?
We're people that steal shit. just think about it.
And
I
if
gotta
I say
go.
no,
Well, then I'm gonna let Jack do whatever he wants with you once he wakes up from his drunken stupor.
oh shit, that old guy.
Oh yeah, he's way older than I am. So old.
Oh, he must be in his 80s then.
You listen. You sit here and think about it. I gotta go do something.
Go do something.
I have to go finish cleaning up my bedroom. Okay.
Okay.
Is Blood sat with him? Or sat in the
Blue's
same
guarding
room
the
as him?
door.
Right, yeah.
Blue's standing by the door so that he doesn't bolt.
I was gonna say, it sounds like the
Although if
worst
he did
idea to
bolt,
leave
well-
him in a room by himself.
Yeah, halflings, their speed is slower than most people, so Blood would be able to catch him if he did try to run. Plus, Blood's like, fuck, man, I'll just shoot him if I have to. You don't know this kid. Anyway. Does anybody else want to do anything, or do we kind of skip forward in the day now that,
Is Squawky still passed out?
unless you
Oh,
want to
yeah.
wake up, you would still not be feeling good if you woke up at this point.
I mean, if Squawky wakes up, he'll probably like wander out and see what the hell's going on.
We could have you wake
Kinda
up later.
stumble
Like,
around.
you guys are going to wake up before it's time to sleep. Because it will have been like 4 or 5 hours to get to evening point at that point. And if you want to just wake up at that time, we can do that. Or if you want to wake up early, see what's happening.
Yeah, I'm fine with Squawky waking up later.
Okay.
I mean, unless somebody goes and fetches him.
Sure.
To go make halfling
So-
stew for dinner.
Jack passed out. Squawky still passed out. Katris cleaned up after his spa day. Yoki's just been, like, tinkering in his workshop. So it's been about 6 hours since you arrived. So it's around 7 in the evening. The sun's starting to set. And, you know, Jack wakes up. Oh, still feeling a little bit of that, you know, headache hangover, but not as bad as you were. Squawky, you wake up at relatively around the same time, and you're like, and you're feeling great. You're like, oh man, I passed out so quick, and man, you're like, I feel rejuvenated, and you don't have a hangover at all.
I slept it off.
You did. You slept it off.
Oh man.
Katris, I'm just gonna say, after you finish cleaning up your room, you're probably just like sitting in your room, like reading a book or something, because that seems like something you would do. And again, Yoki's just kind of been tinkering with blueprints, thinking about what to make next for a few hours, just to take your mind off stuff. So now you guys have awoken. You hear from, if you leave your room, you hear from down in the foyer, like, let me fucking go!
Yeah, Squawky would have walked out to see what everyone would want for dinner, and then hearing that, he'd go investigate.
I mean, you head downstairs, and Blood is literally just holding the halfling by the scruff of his, like, worn-ass shirt, and he's just like, stop kicking! And he, like, reaches for the axe that is bigger than this fucking halfling, and the halfling just goes, okay. That's what I thought. Now sit down and shut it. It's only been a few hours. Oh, hi, Squawky.
Squawky's just gonna kind of look and go, "What's this?"
I don't know. Jack doesn't like this guy. That's really all he got from Jack dragging him out of. Yeah, Katris talked to him, offered him a job in the crew, but we don't got a boat, so I don't know how he's going to be part of the crew. It was making my thinking brain hurt.
Squawky will pull out Ivory and be like, "I wonder why they didn't just kind of point it at him and then put it away." And like, eh. And then he'll go find Katris.
Okay.
And he was pointing it at the halfling, not Blue.
Right, yeah. Blue, yeah, I figured.
Just making sure.
With how much you guys are like, oh, we need to protect Blue, I don't think you would just point your gun at him.
No, he'll blow the halfling's brains out, but he'll
The
try his
halfling's
damnedest
just like
not to
sitting there
shoot
now,
Blue.
like realizing just how precarious his situation is. Because Blue was like, Jack don't like this guy. And he was going to hit him with an axe, and then you pulled out a pistol on him, and he's like, oh shit. These guys are fucking crazy. So yeah, you head back upstairs. You know which room is Catrus's.
Yeah, he'll knock first, and then just kind of open the door. Slowly.
Walks
No.
in.
No, like, he'll knock, crack open the door, and then be like, are you decent?
When am I
Are you
ever
decent?
Got a
He's
point,
like just
and then
sitting.
he'll...
He's like, I imagine like Catrus is one of those people where like he's in the comfort of his own house, so he'd just be sitting there in his underwear, but he's like got his like chiseled body because like he's very into his own like how good he looks, and his hair is just like wavy down his back. He has long hair, right?
Yeah, it's like past his shoulders.
Sat,
like, yeah,
sat in
so-
front of a mirror, stroking his
Right,
ego.
Like he's just sitting there with his book, and he kind of does this like he looks towards the door, but he does like this little like hair head shake, so his hair like goes all wavy behind him.
Yep, like I'm a fucking model posing for a shoot.
But just sitting there in his underwear. He's like, of course I'm decent.
Of course I'm decent. What do you need, Squawky?
Squawky's gonna be like, dude, what's with the kid?
Oh, he did something. I actually don't remember if I know that.
You have
Okay.
no idea.
Okay.
Jack was like, he
did-
you go talk to him.
He pissed Jack off, brought him back here for punishment. Jack went and passed out, and I offered the kid a job. He's a little uppity, kind of needs to learn some manners, but he would make really good frontline crew.
Frontline?
Listen.
Halfling. He's gonna absorb half the bullets that might hit you.
Yeah, I mean, like.
I
you know,
mean, that's, half less bullets.
cannon
Yeah,
fodder.
cannon fodder.
Stick him
We'll
in the
load him
cannon.
into the
Like, I'm
cannon.
gonna shoot him
Yeah.
out of a fucking cannon, alright.
Squawky's gonna
Yeah.
nod and be like, anything special you want for dinner?
I could really go for some meat.
Squawky'll nod, and then he'll meander off to Jack's room.
I'm actually gonna go grab Yoki because I feel like we all should be present for this meeting.
Well, we'll do Zach going to go see, or not Zach, Squawky going to go see Jack first. It's very, like, I keep wanting to call Jack Zach because their names are, like, literally one letter different. It's just throwing me off. So, Squawky goes to Jack's room.
He'll knock and then just kind of, open the door, stick his head in.
Not so loud.
Squawky's
He
like,
just
"I'm
kinda-
fine, you fucker."
He's just like, right, he's hungover, I'm good. And then, he's just gonna go, what's with the kid?
Kid. That kid.
The angry one with blue.
He stole my coin purse last night.
Of last night. During the day today.
What day is it?
It's the same day. It's about 5 hours since 6 hours since you landed.
We've all been there.
He stole your corn purse this afternoon. You're like, oh shit, is it not the next day yet? Oh god. I think you were just hoping you would sleep through the night and sleep off the hangover, but
Yeah, but
well, Squawky came and woke you up.
Squawky's just sitting here going, right. So he's gonna get a nice thick stew with some bread for dinner.
so is the kid still here?
Still here, still loud.
Okay. All right.
I got an idea on how to keep him quiet. And then, if you're looking at Squawky, he's got a nasty looking grin on his face.
No, bad Squawky.
As much as you can have a grin with a beak.
Pretty much. He's just got that look of, oh god, Squawky's got kind of a sick idea in his head.
I'm going to very carefully pick myself up out of bed.
I mean, you just passed out. You have all your gear on still. Like you're like you wake up and you're like, oh, you're like your back is hurting and your side's hurting because you've been lying on your pistol all night or for hours, and you're just like, oh shit, to go with like
God,
the
that would
headache of a
suck so
hangover,
bad.
and you're just like, fuck my life right now. Oh my god.
Existence is pain.
Currently, yes, your existence is pain because you just passed out in your bed with all your gear on.
Very carefully work my way out the door and down the stairs.
You're like gingerly like walking down the stairs, and you see that the halfling like looks up and sees you like gingerly walking down the stairs. He's like, I knew you were old. And you're like, oh my god, because he's not being quiet at all.
So Squawky wants to go get a couple things from the pantry if he can.
Okay, well, so
Since
you
I
go do
assume
that.
we're gonna go get, since I think we're gonna go talk to the kid first and then do dinner.
Okay, we'll
Yeah, so
say you
he's
head
gonna
to the
get a-
pantry, and then we'll skip after the kid shouts its act to Katris going to Yoki's room.
I'm gonna knock
Okay.
pretty firmly and loudly on the door in case you can't hear me.
It's open.
Yoki, we got a situation
Just
downstairs.
stand still. And you just see he's like holding a ball bearing, and he just lets it go down the chute. And what are those contraptions where like one it leads to another, like a ball rolls down and it knocks this and it does that? Like
A
I
Rube
can't remember.
Goldberg machine?
That's it. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
just you find he's just done that, and this ball just like bing, 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 like bouncing off things, and it just misses like the pot at the end. And I was like, for fuck's sake! And then like, what do you want?
There's a kid downstairs, halfling. I think his name's Fuck Off. We need to go talk to him, figure out what we're gonna do with him. Did something to Jack.
Okay, I'll just follow you out of the room. Just knock over all of the hours I spent setting this thing up, and just
Oh no!
Yeah, you guys head out and you see Jack like gingerly going down the stairs, and you hear the halfling shout at him, I knew you were old! And you guys just kind of get to the top of the stairs while Jack is about halfway down them. And he sees you guys and he's like, whoa, what the fuck is that? As he points at Yoki.
Fuck off! You can't just point at people and say, "What the fuck is that?"
Why not? What is it?
It's.
I could ask you the same question.
I look like a normal person, okay?
Half a normal person, maybe.
Why is everyone
look like a
so
normal
loud?
person. Oh, what? You can't hear me? Do I need to be louder, old man?
I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna shoot him in his fucking head.
So Squawky wants to have gone and grabbed the biggest meat cleaver he can find, and one of those irons for sharpening knives,
Yeah.
and an apple.
Okay.
And then he just wants to come back to everyone else.
Yeah, you guys are basically all standing there now. Blue's still like standing by the door, like crossed, arms crossed.
I'm gonna sit down in a chair across the. I assume we're like in a common area.
You're in the front foyer,
Yeah.
which is just like an open area with like benches on the side, some like house plants that lead to the stairs. Like the first door to your right leads into like the dining room. The door to your left leads into the kitchen and like pantry. All the downstairs like areas where there's hallways that lead behind and underneath the stairs. There's more guest rooms down there.
So I'm gonna sit in one of the benches off to the side, unholster one of my pistols, and set it down on the bench next to me.
So he's on the bench to the right, and so you're sitting on the next bench over. So he's like looking at you. Okay.
Yeah, sure, that'll work. So drunk me is an idiot, more of an idiot.
Glad you added
So
that.
he brought you here. Hungover me wants to shoot you in your face because you're annoying. You have to convince me and these three Or, okay. Not to shoot you in the face.
Roll an intimidation check.
Squawky would like to start sharpening the very large cleaver and staring at the
So
halfling.
we're gonna say that Squawky helped, gave you the help
Okay.
action, and gave you advantage because he's sharpening a freaking cleaver.
I was going to say it would have just been hilarious. In my head, I pictured just like and these three, and you just hear everyone go like cocking the flintlocks.
like cock their pistols in their
Yeah.
holster. So we'll say that's a 17.
Okay.
And so he's like, he realizes that he's in a bad spot and just shuts up and lets you talk.
That's much. So here's the situation. Where was left of the crew the Reaper? And we're looking for new crewmates. I figure you stole from me. You got quite a head on your shoulders.
He's like, I mean, you see him kind of like frown. He's like, "Am I allowed to talk?"
I'm talking. You remind me a lot of myself. So we need crew. You seem capable of swabbing a deck. How would you like to join the Reaper?
What's the Reaper?
So it's a ship. Was a ship.
Was a ship.
You ever been on a ship before? Are you from this island? I have. a lot of
No.
questions.
No, I'm not from this island.
Oh, you want to? Have you been on a ship before?
Yeah, that's how I got here.
That makes sense. Which ship?
It was one. It had a bunch of people on it. Got here earlier today.
So
I don't
you-
know what's name. Me and my buddy stowed away in the below decks. We just wanted to go see the world, have adventure.
Hey, the crew on this ship, were they a bunch of assholes dressed in these fancy looking uniforms, flying the Empire's flag?
Yeah. Bunch of douches. They sailed out of
Agreed.
Trovan City. That's where me and my buddy were from. We just wanted to get out.
Believe it or not, we came in on that ship too. Not as a member of the crew.
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Did they know you were on that ship?
Fuck no. They're idiots.
I agree with that.
But hey, you guys didn't know either. So from my
Tend to overlook rats, you know. See
I
enough of
mean,
them.
he's like, he was gonna say something, but then he looks at Jack and he's like, "Okay, I won't say that," because he's still intimidated pretty hard.
Here's the thing, kid. The Reaper, it was our ship. It got destroyed by a Kraken. We lost our entire crew,
His eyes go
Eh.
wide.
and we need to build a new one. We got the
Whoa,
money
you guys
to build
bought
one.
a Kraken?
We did, and we won, but then it came back and it tore our ship apart, and we are the only survivors.
Oh. Well, I guess that's impressive too.
Let me
Yeah,
put it
should
this
we-
way.
Yeah, I'm just going to turn to Jack. Sorry, and go, should we not let Victoria know about this?
That is a fantastic idea.
I'll go get her. So I'm going to just head out and grab Victoria. Knock on her door.
Her house is next door.
while
Shoot.
you're gone. So you have 3 choices, kid. Spend the rest of your time on this backwater shithole of an island. You convince Victoria that you're capable of joining our crew and be a meaningful ally and useful crew member. Or Squawky turns you into our next dinner.
You eat people? What's wrong with you?
When he says that, Squawky wants to take the apples, stuff it in his mouth, and go, "Shh, piggy."
All right, roll an intimidation check.
I kind of feel bad for this halfling at this point.
Just spent hours in a strange house being held by a half ogre.
Oh no!
I mean, yeah, he's just like his eyes are wide, and he leaves the apple in his mouth, and he just sits there. You told
I'm
him
so
to
glad I
shush,
was able to
Piggy,
use
so
the
he's
apple.
not gonna say shit.
If you'll notice, these 2 aren't people. I'll point at Yoki and Squawky.
Well, Yoki's not there right now.
Oh, right. Okay.
He
this
left
one
to
is-
go grab
that's
Victoria.
right.
But Blood is there,
Yeah.
and ogres are well known for eating whoever the fuck they want.
Yeah, those 2.
You can see Blood, like he's eyeballing the halfling, and like there's some like drool, like he's like, oh, this guy looks tasty as shit, man. And he's like, yeah, do it, Squawky. I'm hungry. And so, the halfling just sits there.
I'll just let him wallow in his
Piss.
He's like looking
stained
between,
pants.
his eyes are like going between Blood and Squawky. Like, okay. That's at this point, Yoki makes it to Victoria's front door.
Just
Oh,
knock on the door.
The
Sorry.
door opens, and you see a human male standing there. He's wearing like a nice, like button-up shirt, suit. He's like, can I help you?
Is Victoria in, please?
She is. May I say who's calling?
It's Yoki.
Sir, you're not a knight. Get out of here.
It's Yoki.
You know this guy. He's Victoria's butler. Takes care of the house when she's gone. And she comes back. She's not wearing like her usual like sailing attire. She's just wearing like a nice like flowy dress because she's been comfy at home for a few hours. And she's like, Yoki, what is it? I thought I told you guys to take some time until the funeral.
Sorry, you did. There's just a little bit of a situation over in the
Wow, we've
officer's
been home
home.
for like 5 hours.
You know the guys.
Okay. Do you need me to come over?
I think that would be best.
All right, fine. And she just like, goes to like a side like end table. Sorry, Jesus Christ. And she opens it and she pulls out like a small derringer and like hikes up her dress and slides it into like a hidden holster on her thigh. And then just comes and follows you out. And she's like, all right, let's go.
Just lead her back.
Okay. Anything else you guys would like to do before Yoki and Victoria come back?
So when Squawky came to get me, I do have pants on. I wasn't just hanging out in my underoos or my smalls. I was wearing actual pants. But I've got these silver scales all over me, and I didn't put any additional clothing on. So I don't know if that makes me more intimidating or what, but I just wanted to make that observation.
I don't know. He just thinks you're all fucking weird.
He probably doesn't even know what Dragonborn are, or
He knows what Dragonborn are. But you're not Dragonborn.
what's it called? Dragon...
You're a you're descendant.
Draconic bloodline. That's what
Yeah.
it was.
Like you're
That's
not a dragonborn, but you are. There was a dragon born at some point in your past.
Yeah.
Because in this world, in my world, dragons can't shape change, but they are very mystical beings. So they created Dragonborn in their own image. Not Dragonborn in this world aren't actually born from a dragon and something else mating together, but they were created like, if you believe in that sort of thing, God created humans, like that sort of thing. A god created something in their own image.
What's
I
Damien?
see.
What's Captain Grimm then?
He's a dragon. He was the guy that you normally talk to was his familiar,
Oh, okay.
the humanoid
That's
form, because
right.
Captain Grimm was always hanging out on his shoulder as a little dragon. So he had shrunk himself down.
Didn't shape
But, like,
change. He's
he was-
changed size.
Yeah, he was
And sort of
talked
controlled.
through. Yeah, his familiar.
Okay,
That's what he does.
that's right.
Because like when he started to grow in size when he went to go to attack the.
And he told us to keep his familiar safe. I remember.
Which you
that.
didn't. So.
Well, that's not our fault. I mean, technically, but
We tried.
Yeah.
So yes, a little bit of backstory. But yeah, you have like the scales on your arm. So there was at some point in your past a dragon born of some kind,
I got it.
a silver dragon born. Sorry, my neck's still bugging me. So yeah, if Yoki walks up with Victoria in tow, and she's just like, she walks in behind you guys, and she turns and sees the halfling. She turns and sees you guys, and she's like, "You guys couldn't go 24 hours without getting into some sort of trouble."
Just before that, I like to think Yoki walks in, sees the apple, and goes, "See what I mean?" It's like,
In her voice, Squawky's gonna go. Couldn't go 24 hours.
And she just looks at you. She just gives you a hard glare, and it's the shut up glare that you've seen her give to many members of the crew.
Squawky
She's
will
like-
look away.
She's like, "I'm assuming the apple was you. Take it out of his mouth and get out of here."
Squawky will
Mom's
follow
mad.
orders.
She is not happy. And Blood's he's just kind of, he's shuffled out of the way, and he's looking down at the ground off to the side. He's like, "I'm not here. I didn't do anything." He's twiddling his thumbs like, "It wasn't me. Jack did everything." And she's like, "Someone explain to me what's going on."
This little this kid stole from me, and so I wasn't really.
And he's so they took the apple, and he finally pipes up and he goes, "I didn't steal anything."
and then it's just going to turn to Jack and be like, "Did you actually ask him what happened?"
Did I actually ask you what happened?
No! You just keep accusing me of stealing stuff. I've told you I didn't steal anything from the time you met me.
But this is my coin purse.
My buddy gave it to me.
Jack.
There's been a horrible misunderstanding.
Wait, what's your name?
My name's Tobias. Tobias Halfhalt.
What's your buddy's name?
My buddy's name is Jimmy Sticky Fingers. He's the one who steals shit from people.
Do you know where Jimmy is right now?
No! We were at the place where this old asshole found me, and he dragged me out. Jimmy could be anywhere. I've been here for 5 hours now.
Jack, how did this Jimmy get hold of your purse?
So I was somewhat under the influence on the beach.
see Victoria's like,
Oh no.
drinking to forget.
I was drinking to forget, yes.
So I'm assuming that this kid's friend stole your purse, then
Yes.
gave him the money. Did you get all the money back?
Most of it. Some of it.
So he probably kept some for himself, then gave the rest to this guy to go shopping. Does this sound accurate?
Yes.
And the kid's finally like, oh, thank God, somebody with a brain on their shoulder. No, just kidding. He's just sitting there like, this is what happened. Yes, this is what happened. I saw the old guy on the beach, and I went and told Jimmy because he's better at stealing stuff. And Jimmy stole the stuff on him. He took the bottle of whiskey, drank a bunch of it. He wouldn't let me have any. Then gave me some money and said, "Go get some weapons so we can protect ourselves." We stole the money, so back in Trovan City, where we're from, that we were told that there was a secret code to knock on doors to get to the secret shop areas. And so we tried it.
So,
Victoria just kind of looks at you and goes, like she has softened quite a bit because she is understanding that you guys are pirates, that you had just lost a ton of people, a ton of friends that you had known for many years, and she doesn't blame you for getting blackout drunk. So she's just like, horrible misunderstanding. Okay, guys. And she's like, and she turns to the halfling. She's like, I'm sorry, but you were part of stealing from one of my crew. He's like, yeah, I guess.
Victoria, I think I have, I'm slightly sober now.
Soberer.
Tell you what, kid. Let's go find Jimmy.
Okay. Do you know where he's at?
No, that's what you're for.
I don't know where he's at. I mean, we could go.
No.
He's probably not still at the black marketplace. We didn't really agree on where we might meet up later.
So you're telling me you can't help me get the rest of my coins back?
I mean,
And you don't have any useful sailing skills. I start looking over at Yoki.
He's like, well, I've never sailed on a ship before. We stowed away. I'm pretty good at talking to people. That's why Jimmy gave me the money to go buy stuff, because usually I can convince him to sell it to me for cheaper.
How are you going to get the weapons back to Jimmy?
He was there.
Oh, he's gone now.
He was in the black market, but that's was like 4 or 5 hours ago. He probably saw me get nabbed and then peaced out. We didn't really say we were going to meet somewhere. I don't know. Maybe there's an inn somewhere in town where he might have gone to get a room, but I don't know. Are there abandoned buildings in town besides the one that's like the black marketplace? I don't know. Like, I'm good at talking. I'm not so good at the finding.
This is not how I wanted to spend my week.
So you're good at talking. He's good at stealing. Jack, I don't see how this is very good to us. Not on a boat, anyway. Who are they going to steal from? Us?
I I agree, Yoki.
You're, You're talking to the kleptomaniac of the crew. like Jack steals from fucking everyone.
I'm also good at talking to people and good at stealing. This shit can't have my job.
Well, I mean, they would just be crew filler at this point, but yes, one of them is very dexterous, the other one is very charismatic. And they're both small, which is helpful.
How old are you, boy?
Me? I'm 17.
He's older than I am.
True, but he's still a teenager in halfling years. You're an adult in turtle years.
Yeah.
Well, I think we all need a little more rest. And then you and I are going to get together and we're going to find Jimmy the next week.
Okay. Where... You guys got a pretty nice place here.
And
Can I stay here? I don't have anywhere to stay. We stole money from the first drunk asshole we could find, and so we could buy places to sleep. But that's all gone now. I don't have any money. Obviously, I don't have anything worth selling. He's literally just got like a tattered t-shirt and like half-cut shorts on. That's
well,
it.
what do you think, y'all? We could always have them bunk at the housing complex. No one's there.
And what do we usually do with people we capture?
You usually don't bring them back.
That's true.
But there is a brig at the governor's fort. That's where usually prisoners are thrown.
Are we on good terms with who runs the...
The captain is. The captain and the governor have a mutually beneficial agreement that makes it so this town makes a ton of money.
Guess we could go and speak to the governor and ask to use one of his cells for the night. Or
I'm not
Here-
going anywhere.
we shut him in one of the rooms upstairs.
Victoria's like, you guys have extra rooms. He's also
think we
easier
should-
to watch if he's here.
I think we should keep it in house as well. No reason to get the governor involved, especially with the cat missing. Don't
Aye.
want the governor wondering where the cat is. So
Could do without the questions.
let's just keep
Yes.
him here.
Well, there's going to be questions because we came back to town without a ship and half the crew, or 3/4 of the crew. So I'm going to have to go talk to him. But I was going to wait until tomorrow. I was hoping you guys would get through half a day without having to get me involved in something. But it's okay. It's okay. It's what I'm here for. Just put him in one of the rooms, lock the door.
We can do that. And if he runs away, then Gluten, Squawky can eat him.
If he runs away, there's not a lot of places for him to go. Unless he stows away on another ship out of here.
Well, don't give the kid ideas.
It's like, why would I stow away? I stowed away to get here. I want to go on adventures.
How's
I'll be
this
honest,
adventure
joining
treating
your
ya?
guys' crew sounds really cool. You guys were just really dicks about it. Also,
All right.
it was really weird when you're like, we don't have a boat, but we have a crew.
As we barely
So that was
got
going
a
over in
crew.
my head. I was like, I have no idea what they need a crew for.
We need both to sail a ship.
But you
Just-
don't have whatever. I'll go to a room. I'll stay there. I'll be good. Okay. I don't have any money. I'm not good at stealing things. I don't know where my thief friend is. I'm in a bad way. Blue's like, All right, you scrawny little fuck, I'm gonna show you to your room. Trying to take charge and look good in front of Victoria while she's still here, like he didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, I love Blood.
He's like, come here, and he just like picks him up, and he's like, let me down, and carries him to one of the downstairs rooms, and just puts
Sleep
him
well,
in there.
fuck off.
Oh, wait, he told you his name though, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, probably.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was like, wait, somebody asked for his name, I thought. But then, like, I know that you would just do that just because, but my brain was like, wait, did I tell them?
Tobias.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Victoria's like, all right, guys. I'm going to go talk to the governor tomorrow. You can come along if you want. But try to have a non-eventful night. I will talk to you tomorrow.
Sleep well, Victoria.
Hi,
I'm
Victoria.
going back to bed.
And she leaves. Blue comes back and he's like, oh man, you guys got in trouble. Holy crap. Did you see how she looked at Squawky? Holy crap, I ain't seen her that angry in a while. Whew.
Yeah,
Speaking
we
of Squawky,
saw.
Squawky, what's for dinner?
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm gonna go find Squawky. I'm fucking starving.
Dude, not so loud, please. I'm still.
Oh, sorry, Jack. He like pats you on the head, but way too hard. So you're like, oh, that's even worse. He's like, sorry, Jack, and then walks away. Because Blood, you'd have to feed him quite a bit of alcohol for him to get drunk, because he's just got so much mass. So he doesn't usually get drunk before most of his friends do. And pass out. Okay. So it is evening, around 8 in the evening. Some of you have taken, it was the equivalent of a short rest if you had anything you got bonus from. It was almost a long rest, but... So you can eat here, or you could go out on the town if you wanted to. Let me know.
I would like to go gambling.
If Squawky makes dinner, I will.
Squawky will make food.
Eat
Okay.
the dinners and pass out.
Give me a cooking utensil roll and tell me what it is you're making for everybody. Should be with like a wisdom modifier or intelligence, I think. Whichever's higher.
They're both the same.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a drink. I'll BRB.
19. What did you make for everybody?
So for Jack, he probably would have made him a stew since Jack needs to hydrate. He would have made Yoki a nice salad with some big old bits in it. And then for Caterus, I had a complete fucking brain fart on his name. He would have gone, that steak, mashed potatoes, and asparagus if he's got it.
Yeah, sure.
He probably would have gone the same route for himself, and then just a huge hunk of meat for Blood.
Okay. Blood's like, hey, Squawky, can I have like a whole leg of a pig?
If that's in the pantry, Squawky will totally cook him up like an entire chunk of a pig.
Yeah, you would have some like in your
He'll cook him like an entire fucking ham.
Plus, like there are like some animals, live animals here that you keep in the backyard for slaughtering.
Yeah, if they've got it, he'd give him, just a big old fucking ham.
Yeah. So you had a couple of hanging pigs carcasses down in the cool. It's like it's a magically enhanced basement, so it's basically a refrigerator. It's kept at a cool temperature so that the meat doesn't spoil. But you've got a couple cow carcasses hanging down there, a couple pig carcasses. Those are the big ones. Like you've got a couple live cows in the back, like in the backyard for getting milk. You've got a whole chicken coop for getting eggs and for having chicken if you want chicken. You got like you definitely have a couple sheep, but usually you guys like don't slaughter the sheep. You use them for like wool. But if you had a hankering for some lamb chops, you could slaughter one of those sheep.
Having some mutton.
There are plenty of like livestock on this island, so you can always buy more.
And then he's gonna make fuck off a sandwich, and he's gonna put the rest of that apple that he had stuck in his mouth on the plate for him.
Okay. Yeah. Everybody has a nice dinner. He made you a steak and mashed potatoes and stuff, Catrus.
With some
I don't know if you heard that.
asparagus.
No, I did not hear that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Some asparagus. All right, so yeah, everybody's got a full belly. You know, it's running probably around 10 or 11 when you guys finally eat, because he spends a while making everybody's meals in the kitchen and then eating. And so if anybody wants to do anything else before you go to bed, let me know.
Yeah,
I know
I'm gonna go
Catrus wants to go. Catrus wants to go gamble. You're just gonna head right back to the Rusty Spoon.
Yeah, hoping to find a poker game.
Okay. Yeah, you get there.
I'll go out. Sorry, I'll go out with Catrus as well.
Okay. Jack said he wanted to pass out when he ate done eating dinner. Squawky, I'm assuming you're still. Do you want to go with them, or you want to?
Squawky will hang out at the house, and he'll go to bed.
Okay. Blude's kind of a night owl, which is why he passed out in the afternoon. So he's just like running around the house, making a lot of noise.
Like a toddler with too much energy. Just fucking.
He's like trying to figure out how to like work out. So like he's in the foyer picking up the benches, but he's like, oh, it's too light for one arm. So he's like trying to like grab the benches and like curl them, one in each arm. But he's like making a bunch of noise, and Squawky's like, fucking Blude. Just so much noise that you can't like fall asleep. He's like, he drops one of the benches. Oh shit! Like, yeah. And he like grabs onto like he jumps up to the landing basically of the second floor under the railing and starts like pulling himself up on it. And then he's holding it by like the you know how a railing will have like just posts between part of the railing, and then the railing just snaps off. Oh shit! Slams into the ground. Bang! Squawky's like, God damn it! You literally cannot fall asleep because he's making so much. The other two head to the Rusty Spoon, and it's hopping now. Every table's full. You walk in, and Brutus is busy just pouring drinks. You got to go up to the bar to get drinks here. There is no, no tavern wenches. He just runs it all by himself, like a boss, and he's just like, yep, getting the beers. He's like, hey guys, grab a place wherever you want. And you look around, and nobody's playing cards, but there are people playing dice.
Okay, I guess I'll settle for dice, although there's less skill in dice as there is in poker.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's you go over to a table. There's like a dwarf and a tiefling with purple skin, bright red eyes, and he's like, what do you want?
Got room for one more?
Yeah, you got coin?
I got coin. You want in on this
All
action,
right.
Yoki?
No, I'm good, thank you. Do you want a drink?
Yeah, I'll take a drink. Let's try some of that whiskey that Jack and Squawky were gushing over earlier.
Water it is.
All right, yeah. So they're not playing for a lot. He's like, the purple tiefling's like, he's got his small pouch and he pulls out 2 silver and chink. And the dwarf matches his bet. And he's like, "It's 2 silver for a buy-in. Is that too rich for your blood?"
Drops a platinum down.
Well, you can't overcommit, but like obviously it's not a problem for you.
Yeah, I got 2 silver.
This ain't no high stakes game. So yeah, you drop your 2 silver into the pot, and you're gonna roll 2d6. Obviously, so the rules of this dice game is if you roll a 7, you get your money back.
Okay.
If you roll higher than the other 2, you get the whole pot. Whoever rolls the highest gets the whole pot. If you roll a 7, you get your ante back from the pot rather than it staying in there, and then you can buy in again, basically.
Okay.
So the purple tiefling is going to roll his 2d6. He rolls a 4, and then the dwarf rolled a 7, so he gets his coins back. But if he wins with a 7, so you get your coins back. But now you and the dwarf need to roll off to see who gets the tiefling's coins
Huh.
for 4. And a 7 again. So yeah, you add 4 silver to your inventory, but you bet 2, so add 2 more silver. Because the dwarf got his 2 silver back. And the tiefling's like, nah. And he pulls a couple more out. So the dwarf is like, I got mine back. So yeah, I'm in again.
I'm in as well.
Okay. So this is the tiefling. Then the dwarf. Got to beat a 5. Ooh, all right. So the tiefling's like, he scoops up all 6 silver into his pouch. He's like, and this can go on for as long as you want. But it's not a very high stakes game.
Do it one more time. We just got to break even.
How much
they
would
toss-
whiskey and water would have cost? Oh,
A
so I
whiskey
can-
and a water? You're just getting are you going for the whole bottle again, or just
a glass.
a
Yeah.
glass?
Like a double.
Okay. Yeah. We'll say 5 silver for the whiskey. The water's free.
And I'll just walk back over, like watching the game, plonk the whiskey down in front of Caterers.
Thanks, mate.
So for the 3rd round, the tiefling rolls. Ooh, we got a 10, and the dwarf gets his money back. The tiefling scoops up your coins. He's like, "Thank you very much."
Shit. Well, I'm out. Thanks for the games, fellas.
Ah. Yeah, look, what are you poor people? And he's just trying to goad you into betting more because obviously you're not very good at rolling dice.
Caterers pulls out a pistol, blows his brains out. Fuck you!
All right, I'll go one more time.
Okay.
One more.
They both ante up. So this is the tiefling and the dwarf. Got to beat an 8. 11. All right, you get the whole pot. You get 6 silver. And I'm like, oh man, he's rolled an 11 on that one. All right. I don't know why I said that in the halfling's voice.
That's okay. You got a lot of voices to keep track of.
Yeah, and I always end up mixing voices while I'm doing it, and it's hard to keep them straight sometimes.
The only voice I will not forgive you getting wrong is Bloods.
Bloods is pretty straightforward. Bloods was so straightforward that it was Olrock too.
Yeah. So I'm gonna sweep up the silver. Give 5 to Yogi. It's like, thanks for the drink, fellas. So I broke even with 1 silver. Woo!
Okay. He's like, no,
Was that like
he's
a shoe?
shooing you.
Oh, okay. And I'm gonna go sit in a corner table and drink my whiskey.
Okay. There are no tables open, so you'll have to sit with someone.
Okay,
want
well,
to.
I'm gonna look and I'm gonna sit by the least smelly looking person in the room. Because pirates and sailors are not cleanly people.
Correct. So, you see a couple, and it's a couple. It's a male and a female. they're humans, sitting in a corner, just like enjoying a beer together, like holding hands, being all lovey-dovey. But they are the least smelling people in here.
Ruin the date. You know you want to.
Become the third wheel.
I'm assuming you put like a shirt back on before you came out here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got dressed. Don't you worry about it.
No,
No
Casey's
shirt, no
running around in
shoes,
his
no
skivvies.
service.
Running around in his birthday suit.
Well, I am very charismatic, so. All right. Well, I'm gonna approach the couple and be like, well, folks, aren't any free tables around? Got room for one more?
They look up at you and they let go of each other's hands and they're like, the guy looks irritated. And the girl's like, of course.
Because I'm pretty.
And the guy just
Wanna
like gives you the
steal his
side eye, like,
girl.
what are you doing here? You stinking whatever you are, half elf, full elf, I don't remember.
I'm half elf.
But you're just like, I'm pretty.
Sipping my whiskey with a pinky out.
With a pinky out. And so like the guy's got his beer and she's got a beer too, and he's just like, he just rolls his eyes as he takes a drink from his ale. Because you're just like this pretentious whiskey.
Steal his girlfriend. Steal his girlfriend.
Hey, where are you folks from?
Here. You?
Do you like living here?
Oh yeah, this place is really nice.
Yeah, I'm not here very often. I normally am on the seas, merchant ship.
Oh, a
But-
sailor.
Yeah,
You're-
here with our
You're
crew.
pretty you're pretty put together for a sailor. Because you wear nice clothes and you don't smell like an asshole and
Listen, not all sailors are pigs rolling around in a style all day, okay?
As you say
Some of
that,
us care.
Yoki's clocked you, comes across with another whiskey, and just plops down next, like opposite or next to you. I don't know how they're arranged. And just slides one across. I'm like, speak for yourself. Just slides it across.
and you're next to the guy because like Katris sat down next to the girl. They were next to each other. And he's just like, what are you doing, man?
Sitting with my
Listen.
friend, enjoying a drink. You got a problem with that, pal?
Well, yeah, I do have a problem with that. We're having a date, and you guys just come and are you just trying to steal our table? Like, what's going on?
I mean, if you're gonna
Yeah,
go,
like, don't be
even
an
better.
asshole. He's like, he pounds the rest of his ale. He's like, come on, let's get out of here. She's like, she just shrugs at you guys and turns and leaves with him.
I just as she's about to get up, I'm like, you don't have to listen to this dickhead. You can do what you want.
She's like, well, you were kind of
Yoki's
rude.
gonna steal her.
Hey, we'll buy you a drink as an apology. I'll buy you a drink as an apology. Come on, sit back down.
No, that's okay. We'll just leave.
All right, see you around.
Now you have a
God.
table.
Well, now we got a table.
You were too polite, Catrice.
Sorry, Oki. Could you say that again?
You were too polite.
Listen, I believe in maintaining common decency, especially in a city that we come back to all the time. So I'm just
Aye,
imagining
fucking-
the two of us with our heavy accents trying to understand each other.
I mean, you guys have been part of the crew long enough to know that there is like one rule when it comes to when you're in port, and it's don't be a dick at home. Like, don't break the law, don't mess with the locals, be kind, be courteous, because like this is your home. If you guys start being bad and the people start reporting the governor and the pirates to, like, say the authorities in the Strait, it's the fact that everybody's life is really nice here. Like, everyone that lives here is paid well, they have good lives, so they don't care that, if there might be pirate activity here, because you guys are not dicks when you're here.
Yeah.
You bring
I
in a
see.
lot of income. You do a lot of export for the town. Like, it's a very mutually beneficial town. But Captain Grimm's always like, do not do anything here. If you want to do something illegal, wait till we're somewhere else. And now that you know he's a dragon, it's kind of doubly like he was terrifying before. Now you're just like gonna piss your pants if he talks down to you.
Imagining a plaque over the gates. It's like, don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Nope,
That's
just on
part of
your
our
guys' house.
contract. Yeah, we sign the contract in blood. The only rule is don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick here. You're pirates outside of here. You can be a dick wherever you want, just not here.
That's true.
Let's go.
That's true.
Save it up. I
Yeah.
think we should speak to the. What's the barman's name?
Brutus.
Brutus.
I think we should speak to Brutus and see if he knows there's anybody looking to join the crew.
Oh, it's a real good idea. There's a lot of people here tonight. A couple ships in the harbor. I bet some of them would be looking forward to jumping ship. So, I'm gonna finish my whiskey and then go talk. See if well, is it still really super stinking busy, or have we been here long enough for it to kind of peter out? Okay, maybe
It is
we
still
don't
very
talk
busy.
to.
Brutus he's a boss behind the counter, just beer, ale, pouring a shot, just doing bartender things like a boss.
Well, it's a good idea, Yoki. Let's come back in the morning when he's not super busy. See if he's got his ear to the ground.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
And then I'm ready to go home. I don't have anything else that I need to do today. I just kind of wanted to earn a little bit of money.
I was more following just to make sure nothing bad did happen.
Oh, thanks, Yoki. You're a real pal.
What's the worst that could happen?
I
Maybe
don't know,
we steal a halfling
kidnap
kid.
a poor halfling and bring him home to be interrogated by the rest of the crew? I mean...
Exhibit
That's what
A.
happens when we go off half-baked.
Are we kidnapping because he's 17?
Could have been worse. We could have fed him to Blood.
Or you freaking cannibal!
Yeah, Squawky would have eaten him.
Okay, yeah, you guys go home. Let's, nothing happens on the way home unless you guys want to try to make a different stop, but most of the stores are closed because I'd say it's around midnight now.
I'm assuming there's like lanterns on the dock area.
Yeah, I mean, the streets are lit. There's street lighting.
How many boats are in the harbor now, and do we recognize any of them?
It's all the same boats. None of them have left today. The privateers showed up today, but neither of the two merchant ships have left, and the one that's being built is still there, obviously.
Do we recognize the merchant ships as anything in particular, or are they just run of the mill?
Yeah, you recognize them because they're the governor's personal merchant ships. He has his own fleet for export because of the wine that is made here is very sought after throughout the world. So yeah.
Okay.
You know that those belong to him.
Thrish, you can go home if you want. I'm going to take a look at this ship that's being built. Just basically take a short walk over there and have a look.
Wow, this slaps, and I feel refreshed.
Have a little look.
Okay.
All
yeah,
right.
I mean,
Nah.
yeah, you walk over to that end of the dock. There's a couple like a militia on the dock, just patrolling, making sure nothing happens. They see you. They know who you are, so they nod at you as you walk by.
Does it look like
You guys
anything
are-
special, or is it just a...
It looks like another run-of-the-mill ship. It looks like it might just be another ship that the governor's adding to his fleet for more hauling, more merchant export.
Still, it doesn't look like they're putting in room for like cannons particularly or anything like that.
No, there's a couple of portholes for cannons because they do run armed, but
Nothing
a
serious.
lot. No.
Yeah.
They're not building like a warship.
So, yeah, and then I'll head on back.
Because like you guys know that those towers that lead into the bay, those are heavily armed. So if any ships tried to come in here and cause trouble, they would either have to land their guys outside. You also know that the towers, like these towers along the walls, these are also cannon placements for defending the city. But also
Nice.
the towers here on the edge of the bay are there to keep enemy ships out if anybody were to try to do anything insane. So like they could try to drop people outside the walls on the beachhead, but that's just detrimental, you know? It's a very defensible town. Plus, a little knowledge from the town. You know that there are lizard folk tribes that live in the jungle to the north of the town.
Wow, this
but they're
slaps,
all
and I
friendly
feel
with
refreshed.
Romanites. They do a lot of trading with the town. They get their supplies from there. They're not like the ones that you fought on that island that were kind of like cannibalistic. They're more domesticated lizard folk. That's where the two members of your crew that were lizard folk came from.
Oh, okay. So we might even be able to find or recruit more crew members from them.
Yeah, in theory. But yep, if nothing else, everybody goes to bed. Blood finally goes to bed so Squawky can sleep.
I was just gonna ask because
Squawky
he's
and
still
Jack can sleep.
exercising.
Nope, he's done now. He's done his exercising for a couple hours after.
Did we walk in the
banging
front door
around.
and just find it's just carnage, just broken shit everywhere, like benches broken, railings
Well,
broken.
the two benches he were using are just upturned and like sitting where he dropped them. You see that he broke off most of the railing to the top right because that's where he was doing pull-ups. And when he landed, he definitely cracked the floorboards.
Can I mend any of it?
Yeah,
As I walk in, just do
you
a
could
quick,
technically mend all of it. It would take you a while though, because like each cast of the spell is like a minute, I think.
just like the couple of the bigger cracks and like dents on the floor.
Yeah, you could mend the floor. It would say it'd take you about 10 minutes to mend the floor.
I do that.
And you could actually mend the railing because like he broke off the railing, but the crack is only like this big around, so
Yeah.
that's less than a
Just
foot. You
put
can
it back in
put
place and just
mend
mend it,
together.
but
Yeah, you could.
I'll do that in the morning.
Okay.
Does I'll patch it work on houses?
Does what?
I'll patch it work on
Oh.
houses.
I mean, no, because your house doesn't have a stat line. It doesn't have like hit points.
How many hit points would it have taken from Blued being Blued?
The house?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Let's go to bed.
Okay. I was like, I just said I don't have a stat line for the house. Why are you asking how many HP did it lose? Okay. Yeah, you guys wake up. Funny thing, Blood is awake before everyone, and in fact, he wakes all of you up by working out some more. Making a lot of banging noises. He does pull-ups on the other side, and breaks off the railing up there too. And also hits the floor again really hard and cracks the floorboards. And he's like, "Damn it! Nothing in here strong enough!" Stomping
imagine that
around,
we're-
getting all pissed.
I'm assuming we're used to him because, you know, he always slept on the top deck, and I'm sure he worked out when we were on the ship. I'm sure we're used to him making a lot of racket, right?
Sure, but also on the high seas, you were down 2 decks, and he didn't do a lot of falling because he would do like his pull-ups on like the freaking masts and stuff. He wouldn't break anything.
Yeah, that's true. He wasn't
And
like
he had his own kind of like things that he could curl. He was just trying to find things to curl and use as weightlifts, and he was using the benches, and they're not exactly ideal for holding on to when they're big and awkward. And yeah, so
Blue, when you
oh, morning, Jack.
good morning.
Does your head still hurt?
It's better.
Okay.
When you're working out, do you mind going back to the housing complex?
Oh, Are you kicking me out already?
No. You can come back to sleep or to hang out, but the equipment there is more durable or cheaper. I don't.
Oh, I got my own equipment over there.
Yeah, that. Dude, use that.
Can I bring it here?
Is anyone else getting up and going?
Everybody's awake because he was loud enough to wake everyone up. The only person I might say might not have woken up would be Yoki because he's used to loud banging noises when working on all of his stuff.
So just there's constant like whirligigs, just like making knocking noises and.
Yeah, I mean it's up to you if you want to wake up or not, but like
yeah, I'll wake
the
up as well.
Would be woken up by his rambunctious working out.
Only if you promise to use it during the day when nobody's trying to sleep.
I did use it during the day.
It's the sun's up.
It's the sun's out,
technically
Jack.
day.
What do you want from me?
Maybe we
You
can
know what?
get
That's
a
fair.
shed for his workout.
Yeah. You guys could just have him work out outside.
Yeah, we have a yard. He can go work out in the
Yeah,
yard.
you got actually quite a bit of yard space.
We can
He
sit
can
here
sit
and
there
work
and-
out in the yard.
He can
Oh.
deadlift the cattle.
I was just about to say you can just go around, throw livestock around.
Oh yeah, I could work out outside.
Perfect. That's perfect.
Oh, I'll go grab my stuff. And he leaves.
Good morning, Squawky. What's for breakfast?
This dude.
Squawky hasn't thought of anything yet, so he's just like, food, and then he wanders off to the kitchen.
Oh my god, that's such a dad response.
It's my favorite. What kind of food? The kind you eat.
I'm just chalking it up to Squawky doesn't talk.
Yes, Squawky's just gonna kind of do a nice eggs Benedict for everyone who eat. Well, does Yoki eat eggs, or are you
Nope.
strict 100%? I only eat veggies.
Yeah, just veggies.
Jack, you hear pounding on a door.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I forgot about him too.
Oh yeah, your problem.
Oh right, the prisoner.
I'll go let him out.
You better let him out, Jack. He needs breakfast too.
He's like,
Okay.
oh hi, can I have some breakfast too?
Who's to say you're not breakfast?
Oh.
I'm
Well,
just
the
messing with
nice
you.
lady
Come on.
from yesterday said I'm not gonna be eaten, so if you eat me, she's gonna be mad at you.
Only if she finds out.
Okay. You have to stay
Come
in
on,
here
go
all
get-
day?
Go get some eggs. Come on.
Sweet! And he just runs over to the table. He like stands up on the chair because he's short. He's like, oh my god! And he just like, I'm assuming you just like made a huge like bowl of like eggs.
Squawky's gonna make a full English breakfast for everyone who eats meat. And then
All right, I'll take off my pants.
And then for Yoki, he's gonna have a nice fruit salad.
Is there tomato in it?
No, he did not make him a salsa.
so Tobias, like, if it's just like a big bowl of however many eggs you want to scoop onto the plate, he puts it away like you wouldn't believe a guy his size could eat that much. Like
He could almost
Blood,
out.
he's like eats as much as Blood does, and you guys are like, where is it all going? And he's just like, oh man. And at the end, like he's just like holding onto his belly. He's just like, it was so good. Do you guys eat like this all the time?
Yeah, welcome to the benefits of being part of a crew.
Oh, okay. Where do I sign?
You have to have us find your friend first.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Is your friend likely to want to join us too?
God, if we get to eat like that every day, cha. When we were growing up in
Cha.
Trovan City, we might get one meal a day, and it was like 1/10 of what I just ate.
Being a pirate is pretty lucrative if you do it properly.
If you don't
No
get attacked by a
kidding, I mean,
kraken twice.
There's so much. Well,
It's lucrative if you don't roll nat ones.
well, I mean, it's lucrative because like, in the years that you've been with Captain Grimm, like the amount of money that he has in his estate is a lot because like he gets most of the money because his ship, but he splits. You know, he pays the crew. He also gives a bunch to the town, but then he keeps a bunch for himself because, well, he's a dragon and he's fucking greedy. So, you know that his house has a lot of money, but also you really haven't been to his house very much. You don't know what it's like inside, and not sure if he's got it trapped to all hell.
It's trapped a lot.
It's a dragon horde. It is. You know now why he loves his money so much. It's like, oh shit, he's been a dragon this entire time. That's literally his dragon horde.
I mean, with how well we're paid with, I mean, where we're currently living, I mean, holy shit, he's got to be loaded.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, so he's like, well, do we go look for Jimmy today?
Probably this afternoon. We have a meeting with Victoria and the governor today that I need to attend. You'll need to behave yourself when we're gone.
Oh shit, man. What do you want me to do?
You can clean the house if you want.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you gave me so much food. I might need a couple hours to digest, but yeah, sure, I can clean stuff. I've done that before. How much are you going to pay me to clean the house?
We're going to not eat you.
Well, that excuse is only going to get you so far, old man.
Hey, kid. In exchange for room and board, you can clean a little bit.
You lot. Well, I mean, I guess it was a nice room. Okay, fine.
Well,
So
and
how much-
board means feeding you? So.
Oh. Okay. He trundles off to his room because he's like waddling with how much he ate. Like how he didn't just throw it all up is beyond any of you. He's like, I gotta go digest for an hour.
You know, he's starting to call my bluff. Maybe we should eat just a piece of him.
I
He
don't know.
doesn't need all. He doesn't need all his fingers.
You want him to be part of the crew. What do you mean he doesn't need all his fingers?
Powder monkeys don't need all their fingers.
He's not gonna be a powder monkey. He's the size of a gunpowder barrel.
Nah, he's gonna be a deckhand.
Probably, yeah. He's gonna be
Or-
climbing
or
up the rigging and doing
crow's
the
nest.
sails and yeah.
He
That's
doesn't
what the
need
little
all his
guys are for.
fingers. All right, he doesn't need all his toes. I can find
Have you-
something he can live
Have
without.
you ever climbed rigging? You need everything you got.
Squawky, have you ever spoken to someone? I think you need to.
You like what?
I
Have you
talk
been
to you
on a
guys
ship
all the
for all
time.
these years? What? Like, how do you not know?
He does spend a lot of time in the galley cooking, so maybe
Yep.
he just never sees
Cooking and
what
looking
happens.
over maps.
Yeah.
He cooks, he looks over maps. He doesn't do any of the hard work.
Speaking of maps, Yoki, I came across this during our voyage, and I'm gonna pull out the Merchants Guild map.
Did you
Or
hold
not
on to that
Yoki,
when you
sorry,
abandoned
Squawky.
ship?
I had it in my inventory.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
even know if
Okay.
I ever showed it to anyone.
Okay.
Probably was
I don't
just
think
on my
you-
person.
I don't think you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, we'll say you had it when you could have taken any number of other things. Yes,
But
this is
merchants-
actually very useful. Believe it or
Yeah.
not.
Merchants Guild ships are
Shipping line, yeah.
loaded, so I'm gonna hand that over to Squawky. Like, here,
Squawky
some-
seems very excited for a new map.
He's got a
future
bird boner.
planning map.
Need a ship though.
We do need shit.
Squawky's like, yes, I love this. Oh yeah, we're landlocked right now. Oh.
This will help us recuperate some of our loss. We lost the ship.
Gotta figure out that problem first. Okay. So you give Squawky the Merchant Guild Merchants Guild
Route map.
trade route map.
Squawky will definitely memorize this and be like, I need to add this to a lot of our maps and charts.
Well, it's a good idea to like hold on to it. It's not always going to be the same though, because you know that the ocean, the currents change, the weather changes, but that's currently what they got right now. You know from personal experience, it's probably going to be a good couple months that this will be the routes that they use before they change it up. Hopefully,
might
you
be
can
able
get
to
back
use
out on
it
the
to-
seas before then, but you know.
Might be able to use it to guess what they're going to change. Maybe
Plus,
see
if
if we
you
can
start
get close to something.
hitting merchant ships constantly, they'll know that something got leaked,
This won't be a
and it'll likely
constant
change
thing.
faster. So
Totally use it to our advantage once or twice.
I mean, if you make it like a couple weeks between times that you hit a ship on a trade route, they might not put it together that you have. They might just chalk that up to, oh well, we're randomly getting caught by pirates, because there are a decent amount of pirates in the Strait.
Right, we should
He'll
probably
stow
speak
that
to
in his room.
Victoria.
Squawky's going to stow that in his room, and then he'll go with everyone else to go talk to Victoria.
Hey, you guys head next door.
Oops.
The door cracks open, and you see the same old man as yesterday, Yoki, and you're like, he's like, right. He just lets the door open and turns and walks away. And this time, Victoria comes down from upstairs from her bedroom, and she's wearing like her uniform, basically her sailing uniform that she always wore on the ship. And you know, she looks very straightforward, I guess. Like, it's very simplistic garb, and you know, she just looks like a pirate. She's got her sword and guns on her belt, and she's got her hair tied back like she normally does, and she's like, all right, guys, we going to talk to the governor this morning? Is that why you're here?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's go. And you guys head out.
On the way, I'm going to mention, sort of broach the subject with Victoria, but like, have you thought about what we're going to do about a ship?
No idea. All I did yesterday was get out of these old clothes so they could get washed and take a rest, and then I got grabbed by you guys.
Yeah, sorry. But it may be a start to recruiting efforts for future crew. We've got that
Oh,
underway.
that's good.
And I had come across a map of merchant ship trade routes during our last boarding action. I've handed over to Squawky to start plotting potential routes. So, I mean, we've got a head start. We're just short a ship.
Good job, Jack. Yeah, well, that's why we're going to go see the governor.
He's building a new ship. If we get in soon enough, we might be able to make some adjustments that make it suitable for us, if he's willing to sell it.
Yeah, you guys reach the governor's fort, and you head up and the gates are open. It's open to the public right now because it's, you know, during the day.
You see a couple members of the militia. They see you walk by, and they don't do anything. They know who you are. You get inside, and you see another group of militia just kind of like hanging off to the side, and one of them breaks off. He looks like he's in a more to-do uniform, and he's like, "Where's the captain?"
Look at Victoria.
Yoki
like-
just looks down.
It's like, he's indisposed. And he crosses his arms and he's like, indisposed, huh? Alright. And you guys know this is the captain of the guard. His name is Niles Granderson. And he's a human male. He stands 6 foot tall. From what you can tell, he's in his 30s. His hair is black and kept in a low ponytail down his back. And his skin is a dark tan from being out in the sun a lot. Very built human. And he's just like, he like steps out of the way and he's like, yeah, indisposed, right. And you guys head deeper in to an office that you are very familiar with. Well, not very familiar with. You guys usually don't accompany the captain in here, but
Really quick on the way to the office, I'm gonna sort of whisper to Victoria, like, how many of the guards would have noticed that our ship didn't sail into port? Do you think?
all of them.
Good. That we're all on the same foot.
So yeah, you guys head into the governor's office, and he's there by himself. He's a shorter humanoid. He stands about 5'11" tall because he is a half elf, half halfling. From what you know, that he's around 45-ish years old, and his hair is a dirty blonde with streaks of gray. And his skin was fair at one point, but a lifetime in the sun, he is also a dark tan like most of the people that live here. And you know that his name is Governor Jace Alfurian, and his last, I'll just spell out his name so you see how it's spelled.
So close. I didn't know instead of.
And he's got spectacles, and he's looking over some reports, and he looks over them at you, and he goes, well, I was wondering when you were going to come see me. Where is Captain Grimm?
Yoki just shuffles, looking a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, Squawky's already gotten himself into enough trouble. He's gonna keep his mouth shut.
Victoria's like, well, Governor, he's alive, and that's really all we know at this point. He goes, yes. When reports reached my ears that you had returned, but your ship didn't, I was quite worried. So, what can I do for the officers of the former Reaper?
Actually, I don't even know what we're doing here. Are we begging for a ship? Are you begging for a crew?
All right. Well, Victoria, she speaks up and she goes, well, Governor, we find ourselves in need of a ship. And he goes, well, we are building one right now, but it won't be done for a couple of weeks. I'm assuming that you would be able to pay me for the efforts that my builders have put into it already. And she nods. It's like, well, one more merchant ship for us is not going to make up for the amount of income that the Reaper has brought us over the years. So, if you're willing to pay for the ship, then it will be yours to use once my builders are done with it. Such is the agreement I have always had with Captain Grimm.
2 weeks should be a good amount of time to put together a crew.
Yes.
Did you have any crew in mind to fill the roles the ship would require?
It was going to be crewed mostly by my employees. I cannot give you my employees to serve on a pirate vessel.
That's understandable. We'll, as always, perform our own recruiting efforts.
Very well. And just so you know, that ship is going to cost you around 50,000 gold pieces. Victoria nods. That's about what she was expecting.
Let me just pay that right now. Let me just
Ching!
just shakes this shell. Loads of coins come out.
All in coppers. All coppers.
5 million copper. Jesus.
Be one of those people.
Sorry, it'd be
One,
Half of
5
it in
two,
half of it in copper,
three.
and then half of it in electrum. 'Cause Electrum.
No!
I mean, Electrum doesn't exist in this world, so good luck with that one.
God, Electrum is so stupid.
It is so stupid, which is why it doesn't exist in this world. Victoria's like, well, that's really all we needed, sir. Thank you for being understanding. He's like, well, the 50,000 gold that you'll pay me will pay for another whole ship, so really it's just a wash at this point. It's just time is going to be consumed. They're going to have to build another one. Perhaps get some shipments of shipbuilding wood in. Since we've used most of the good wood from the jungle to the north. So.
Sorry, Governor. Might I be allowed access to the docks to suggest a few modifications?
Oh, you can go talk to Pause, because I gotta find his name. You can go talk to Bulgar.
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 Bulgar's
Bulgar.
boats.
I make no guarantees that he's going to take your advice. He's very stingy and very proud of his work.
No worries, I'll take that into consideration. Thank you.
It might help to have proof that we've purchased the ship before you go talk to him, Yuki.
Oh, I can do that. And he writes out a quick writ, signs it, stamps it with his governor's seal, rolls it up, puts a seal around it with some sealing wax, stamps it again, and hands it to you. And you have a writ of sale for undetermined boat, because it hasn't been named yet. Ship.
Wait, we got the bill of sale and didn't pay anything. Let's go!
Oh boy. First of all, you're with Victoria. And she takes the bill of sale.
Right, with your permission, Victoria, I'll go and get on this now.
Sure. But I'm keeping this.
Proof of sale.
Yep.
Would you like to come with me just to prove it then? Because no doubt Bulgar's gonna kick back, so to speak.
Well, I kind of would like to see how you guys do in a situation like this. So let me know how it goes.
Let's go.
If it doesn't go well, then I can go talk to him.
Aye.
We should name this ship the Hollow, so we can have the Grim Hollow.
Okay.
We all heading out?
I'm going to say that for now, I need you guys to decide what your week of downtime is going to be. And then we will do the funeral in the middle, and then after that we will continue with any sort of stuff you guys want to do around town. Like talking to Bulgar, talking to trying to find Jimmy, all that stuff we'll do after you guys do a week of downtime. And do the funeral.
My original plan was to do the gambling downtime from Unearthed Arcana,
Okay.
But I don't have the 100 gold minimum because some asshole has my last few coins. I have almost 100 gold. I have like 98 gold. I could probably like swing it or lose everything and be in debt. I guess but if I need to go find Jimmy first, since we have fuck off in our possession now.
His name's Tobias. You were gonna do what now? Gambling?
Yeah. It was Unearth Arcana has some interesting rules for it, so I'll copy paste. And
Well, there is a gambling downtime from Xanathar's Guide to Everything.
Okay, it might actually be in Xanathar's. I just did a Google search.
It doesn't, and it has a minimum of 10 gold to a maximum of 1,000 gold.
Oh, okay, cool. That one has a minimum of 10.
So,
yeah, I would bet like 80 gold during my week of downtime.
Okay.
I too would like to gamble.
All right, since you know what you're doing, Marcus, go ahead and you have to make 3 different checks. A wisdom insight check, a charisma deception, and a charisma intimidation. And if you are proficient in a gaming set of tools, you can replace the relevant skill in any of these checks. So, if you are proficient in a gaming set, like dice, dragon chest, playing cards, 3 dragon ante, you can use that for your checks.
I am not. So you said it was deception,
intimidation, and wisdom are the 3 that I need you to roll. Or sorry, insight, not wisdom. Deception, you got a okay. I need to figure out what your DC for each check is. So that 23 was against a. Nope, that's Eol, not roll. 2d10 plus 5. So your check for the first one was 15. So you beat it with the deception. Okay. Go ahead and roll a intimidation or insight. Intimidation.
It would have been the same either way.
You beat the 8 on that one, and I need you to roll the insight check.
Oh, okay. Doing good.
Jesus Christ, dude! 2 19s and an 18. You beat all 3, so you have 3 successes. So your gambling result is you gain double the amount you bet.
Do I get back what I bet as well? So I bet 80. I would gain 160? Or...
You gain the 80 back and 160.
Okay, cool.
Oh, wait. No, you gain double the amount you bet.
Okay.
So the 80 goes in, you get 160 back. So you double your money. That's how I'm reading this. You double your money with the 3 successes. And I need you to roll a D100. If you roll lower than a 10, you get complications. Nope, you're fine.
Sweet.
And mark down on your character sheet somewhere that you've done a week of gambling, because every time you do the same thing, every time you spend more weeks, the chance of complications goes up. So, all right, Kim, since we're already on the gambling, go ahead and do the same thing. I need you to roll an insight, a deception, and an intimidation check. All right, your deception is against a 16, so that's 1 success. 8 on the insight. You do not make the insight check. And 13 on the intimidation. And you do not make the intimidation check.
Oh,
so 1 success means that you lose half the money you bet. Also, I didn't ask how much you bet, but
10,
I'll let you
10 gold.
You just did the minimum? Okay, so you lose 5 gold. And basically, the way you found the actual high stakes gambling in this city was you went back to the Rusty Spoon, and that purple tiefling was there. And he kept making comments about being a high roller or not, because he was gauging how much money you had and whether or not you could afford to get into
the high stakes gambling ring that is in this city. And you realize that, even though I'm telling you now that you realized it, you realized what he was doing later, and you were like, oh, and you went back, and he's like, yeah, oh, you're loaded, all right. And he gave you some very convoluted directions on where to go for the gambling hall that is high stakes in town. But it moves, so it can usually not get caught in lockdown. Because gambling, like regular gambling, is usually fine. High stakes gambling, a lot of the time, towns want they want to cut. So technically what you're doing is illegal, but the captain has never had a problem with you guys gambling, because it's actually kind of hard to get caught, because there are actually militia members that you recognize in the gambling ring that like are part of it. They get paid, and like they do the gambling too, and they're like, they keep it all hush hush. If anything comes up where they might get caught, they kind of sweep it under the rug. It's very much like ingrained here, but like the governor is a very sharp tack, so you're under the assumption that he realizes it's happening, and he's like, as long as people aren't getting hurt, it's not that big a deal. It's just money changing hands. Like, he would like his fingers in the pie and get the cut, but he's like, if it's not hurting anything, okay. All right. For the other two,
does Squawky need to replace his navigator's tools and the forgery kit?
shouldn't have to, no? Unless they weren't in your inventory.
Okay, they were. I was just making sure.
Yeah, I mean, usually you carry your stuff around.
Yeah, so Squawky's just gonna make preparations for the new ship. He's gonna get ready for a special feast for the new crew.
Okay.
He's gonna make everyone some salmagundi.
Okay. So do you want to actually do downtime, or you just want to have that be your downtime?
That's just gonna be his downtime.
Okay. What would Yoki like to do for his downtime week?
Try and craft something, I guess.
You would like to craft an item?
Yeah.
Okay.
Craft.
What would you like to craft?
I have no idea. I've been sat looking at them going, I either want to do shopping, as in like looking for interesting magical or mechanical items, or try and craft something.
You want to try to craft a magic item?
Yeah, screw it.
Okay. It depends on how much you want to spell or spend.
I'll spend 100. It's only going to be
you're
a common.
For a common magical item. So you must expend one spell. Wait, no. Only if you're making a spell. Do you know what common magical item you're trying to make?
Not particularly. It's more just doing it. I don't really know how else to spend the downtime. So.
Okay. Well, that's not helpful. Page. Okay. Interesting. Well, I wasn't particularly ready for this, and apparently Google is dumb.
Are you looking for magic items or how to craft them?
Well, just common magic items. Because you can only make a common item. Okay, here we go. Or maybe not. Okay. Well, we'll look this up for later. We'll say you made a common magic item throughout the week, because I think you can. We'll say it takes you the full week to craft a common magic item that's worth 100 gold, and we'll go. Since you weren't particular on what it's going to be, we'll look it up. I'll look it up later.
Yeah, it's
But we.
where would I find a list of them?
I was trying. I couldn't find them. I mean, I found a list, but none of them had the price next to it. None of them, like, all the websites either have the list of magic items or they have the price and not the rarity. It's dumb. The ones that I clicked on were like didn't have both together. But I'll find one. I'll find them later.
Yeah, find a list and we can decide later.
Yeah, we can decide later. We'll say it's successful because it's based on just how much gold you spend, really, and time you spend on it. And there's no roll in here. So, yeah. We'll say you succeed with your magical item, and on the second day of your downtime is the funeral for the former crew of the Reaper.
The Caches need to roll a D100.
For what?
Complication.
Oh, for potential, potential complications. You got to roll higher than a 10.
Go boom.
Complications from gambling.
If the other downtimes had complications as well.
The create a magic item one did not.
Interesting.
Let's see.
And Zach didn't actually do a downtime activity. Kim, can you roll me a D100?
Mm-hmm.
48, you're fine. No complications, but also mark down on your character sheet that you've done a week of gambling, and if you continue to do weeks of gambling, the chances of complications keep going up. So
okay,
just keep that in mind. But you guys, a memorial is put together for the crew, former crew of the Reaper. And as you know, you guys show up. There are people that you recognize. Towards the front, that a lot of people are like professing their sorrow for their loss. You see Doc's wife, Pellis, and his 3 kids, Ku, Laurel, and Gris. And they're all wearing black. And the other that people are, sorry for your loss a lot is Bull's girlfriend, Stella, is there. There are other family members, but those ones are the significant other of the crew members who died. You recognize a lot of people that are coming in to pay their respects. Governor Alferian is there. There are multiple militia officers in their dress uniforms. You see Lady Evelyn. You see Porden Hardhead, who is Rulin's father, and his 2 brothers, Griff and Amos. You see Jake Swift, who was Timon's father. You see Riff, who is a male Triton. He was Isura and Temerus's brother.
I was looking at common magic items, and that was one that looked decent.
Was it 100 gold or less?
It's common, so I think so. It's an earring of message.
So some common magic items are more expensive than 100 gold. So that's why we have to go look for certain ones that he can make that are under the price limit or at the price limit. You see Omega, who is a pink dragonborn in her teens. She is the daughter of Tolvo and Milron. Other notices notables are Paris Hamilton, who is the cousin of Jess and Paul. Havoc, who is Zilor's half-brother. Vern Grapelover, patriarch of the Grapelover family, and his brother Carlos. Also, the High Priestess Laris of the Eternal Whispers is there. And all these are people that you all have met before and know. So, a little bit of the backstory that I never told you about Broken Heights. I told you a little bit of it, but you all would know this. So, Everfont Isle is the island in the southern end of the Dusverian Strait. The island gets its name from a mystical, never-ending water source called the Everfont. The Everfont flows down into a lake that is on the island, and the mystical water from the lake provides fresh water for the town and is also used to grow the grapes used for the wine that makes the island famous. Since the water is magical in nature, drinking a glass is enough to quench one's thirst for multiple days. The grapes that grow with the water are huge and juicy and just overall amazing, which is why the wine is so sought after. There's a group of high elves, known as the Eternal Whispers, that are the caretakers of the Shrine of the Everfont. They are peaceful caretakers, but are also known to be some of the fiercest warriors if anyone threatens the Everfont. Broken Heights. The crew of the Reaper sails from Broken Heights and calls it home. The governor of the town is a good friend of Captain Grimm, and they enjoy the money and loot that Grimm brings to the town. The pirates own homes here. Grimm brings a lot of supplies and goods to Broken Heights, and the townspeople are more than willing to help fix the ship, repair equipment, and heal them. There's a decent militia here, and as long as the pirates don't get too rowdy, they pretty much let them do whatever they want. You guys have noticed this already. The militia here is all local people, and the Empire does not have a presence here.
Just a quick question. Is it truly considered neutral territory then, since the Empire did send those pirate hunting mercenaries here and, they were welcome? I'm assuming this is just neutral territory.
Yeah, it's neutral territory. People don't know that the Reaper... Generally, they don't know that the Reaper sails out of here. I mean, the people that live here do, but the rest of the world don't. The privateer that showed up came here because it was like the furthest way away from where they're sailing through the strait. So they could come here, see if they find any pirates on the sea, and then hit Broken Heights, resupply, and head back home. The same, on a different route, so they can try to find more pirates. That's really the only reason why they came here, was because it's the farthest away in the sea to where they could get the most searching done for pirates. So, yeah,
Jordan, are you pooping?
he just walked back up, so.
Oh, no, he's not pooping.
I could hear everything, even if I was pooping.
I know, that's why I said something.
I love hearing Ben talk whilst I shit.
Dude, it's such a weird thing, because I've gone back and listened to recordings of the sessions we do to try to remember things that I might have forgotten, and it's such a weird thing to listen to yourself talk. As I sound, to me, I'm like, wow, you guys don't tell me that I sound like a douchebag, because I don't.
We
don't
figured
sound
you knew.
good to me. But it's yeah.
I'm used to it for my job. I'm once a month I have to listen to one of my calls with my boss, so I'm used to it. It's kind of nice.
Yeah. So anyway,
I
all these
remember
people. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I remember doing a couple of YouTube videos with Marcus and then going through and editing them and listening to that. Just sitting there still talking to Marcus, so in game he would ask me a question and then I'd be trying to answer it again. Talking over myself. It was great. I had so many technical difficulties.
All right.
It was
so,
bad.
All these people have come from all over to pay their respects, because the crew has affected pretty much everyone's lives here on Everfont Island.
And as the service begins to come to an end, Carlos and Vern Grape Lover come over to you, and they offer their condolences. And they're like, and then Vern is like, there's something that I was hoping to talk to Captain Grimm about when he returned. I'm having a little bit of an issue at the vineyard, and I was hoping he would give me some of his crew on a loan to help me with my problem.
What you need done, sir?
Someone or something is stealing some of our crops. Some of our grapes have been stolen. It's a relatively small portion at this point, but we're hoping to put a stop to it, whatever it is, because almost no one here who lives on this island would steal our crops from us. Not even the lizard folk.
We'd be more than happy to stop by and discuss the details after the funeral, or later in the week, whatever works best for you.
We will be heading back to the estate this weekend after we sell all of our wares and get them all shipped out. And I can let you know when we're planning to leave, so you can join us on our way back.
Perfect.
Very, very good. Very good. Okay.
One more time, what were their names?
Vern and Carlos Grape Lover, of the Grape Lover halfling family that owns the vineyard and the estate surrounding it.
Excellent, thank you.
Yep. After that, the funeral lets out, and this was in the middle of your guys' week of downtime. So this all happened while you guys were perusing and gambling and creating a magic item and preparing a feast. So it has now been a week since and you guys can go back to what you were doing before. There was talk of going to talk to Bulgar. You agreed to go help Vern. There was talk of trying to find Jimmy. Tobias has done a very good job this week of cleaning the house and keeping it all clean, and just stuffs his face every time that Squawky makes a meal.
So,
I'm gonna go with Yoki to deal with Bulgar, since I've got some pretty high charisma. Hopefully I can help him out.
Okay.
I've got about as much charisma as a spoon.
I've got more ladle size, so we'll be fine.
You guys want to do anything while they're going to Bulgar's?
So,
Squawky's mostly just getting ready, things ready for the new ship.
Okay.
So, fuck off. Any word from Jimmy?
That is his new name.
This poor kid.
No, I haven't heard from Jimmy. And my name's Tobias, old man.
Interesting.
Fuck off, Tobias, old man.
Believe it or not, none of you have told him your names.
Listen, we're busy.
We got shit to do.
You're calling him fuck off, but you know his name. He's calling you old man because he doesn't know your name.
It's the end of the week, right? And we had, I guess,
Basically, yeah.
Well, they're
like
going to talk to. I just immediately forgot his name.
Bulgar?
Yeah. I'll take Tobias out to go look for Jimmy.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you guys head over to Bulgar's, his boat complex. You can, I mean, you walk up to the front office and you can hear like the pounding of nails, saws going. You know, they're working.
Well, Yoki, I'm assuming by now they've heard that we own this boat, but if not, you know, you can let me do the convincing if necessary.
Well, if we need to, we just call Victoria.
That's true.
Right, let's go in.
Okay, yeah, you go in and you see a female dwarf behind the counter, and she looks up and she goes, "Oh, hello there."
Is it morning?
We're here to talk to Bolgar.
Oh, I'll go grab him. 1 second. She goes out. Hey, shithead!
I'm guessing she's his wife.
All right, I'm coming. What can I do for you?
See that boat you're building, the ship you're building outside? We've recently purchased this from the governor. I'd like to suggest maybe a few alterations we can make to make this vehicle sea vehicle fit for us.
Okay. What are your ideas?
Oh no, you're actually gonna make me say it. Basically, as close to the Reaper's kind of like, would Yoki have blueprints of the Reaper?
Maybe.
More cannons, less regular cargo hold.
Well, I can't make it like the Reaper, cause, well, it's smaller.
Oh, I see that. Just we need how many cannon holes are on there at the moment?
Just one on each side right now.
Side. We need to make it if there's room for at least 3 on each side.
Yeah, we can do that.
Aye, do that then. And if we could reinforce the from the cannon deck down.
Well, that'll make it slower. I can make it as strong as you want me to, but again, it's gonna make it slower. This baby was built for speed.
Well, we could always outrun Krakens. Make sure she's fast enough.
Aye, I think that'll do then. Don't worry about reinforcement.
Alright. So just a couple of more cannon holes, which again, if you put more heavy-weighted cannons, it'll slow you down.
I'm aware, but I don't think 1 cannon each side is enough.
Okay, I mean...
Should we run this by... I just turned around to Caterus. Should we run this by Jack or Victoria first?
I think we need at least 3 cannons on either side. And that's just from my experience as a sailor and a pirate, is that 1 cannon on each side, if one of them goes out, we're screwed. That cripples that side of the ship, so we need at least 3.
How drastically...
Well, I can tell you won't be able to fit more than 3.
That's, I didn't think so, but how would I know, just from shipwright background, would I know how much slower 3 cannons or 6 cannons total would make the boat?
I mean, cannons are fairly heavy. It all depends on the size of the cannons. You guys were running 20. They shot 20-pound shot on your other ship. You could run smaller cannons and they would weigh less, but I mean, a 20-pound cannon is gonna run upwards of like 300 pounds, just like heavy, and doesn't seem like a lot. But any extra weight on a ship slows it down a little bit. That's just how it is. Like if you have the cargo hold laden with stuff, it's gonna go slower. That's just how boats work.
Oh yeah, I'm aware, but like, would Yoki know
The
Like
difference
whether it would make it.
would be minimal. He's just telling you because like he's talking to you like you're 12.
Okay, so Yoki would know that 6 cannons isn't necessarily going to drastically reduce
Not
speed
really,
of this
no.
thing. Okay.
No.
Yeah,
Not
no, I think
particularly. I mean, it'll slow it down a little bit, but not enough to really notice.
6 cannons will be all right. How many masts has it got?
It's gonna have one, but it's gonna have the main mast in the middle, so it's gonna be more. It's more like a sloop than an actual sailing vessel. Like yours was a 3-masted sailing vessel, so it's going to have the sails are going to be like facing the same direction as the ship rather than sideways. You know those style of sails.
Square sail versus I don't remember what the other ones are called.
Angle sail?
So like square sail sounds like the one that you had before.
Yeah, square sail is like the Lady Washington.
Right. Yeah, it's not like that. It's where they're like turned to the side and they go with the ship. You know
They're
what I mean?
pointy. Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
remember what those ones are called. I know what you're talking
So
about.
it's got like the main mast and it's gonna have like smaller sailing like masts, but they're not like actual. There's one on the front, one on the back that are smaller, and then there's the main mast. But they're all like pointed like towards the front of the ship. Those kind of sails, which are different than what you had before.
I can't think of anything else right now.
The ship is going to be about half the size, which means you're going to need about half the crew.
No, I can't think of anything else right now. It was mostly
Mainly
getting
extra
cannons.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
How much longer will you take to build
we
this?
don't have the cannons, just so you know.
I know. We have to get them. Don't worry about that.
All right. Is it weird talking to a guy who talks like you?
It's quite a funny conversation.
Well, because in this world, dwarves are Scottish.
I must have spent a lot of time around dwarves.
Yeah, you probably did. I can't hardly place your accent. Dwarves are just fun for me to do because Scottish is a really easy accent for me. I don't know why.
At least you can do a Scottish accent. Most people just do a Scottish accent and it's just a really terrible British accent.
See, when I do my British accents, I always try to like do like the posh British accent, and like it always devolves into shitty English.
Cockney, yeah.
Yeah.
I can never maintain like the prim and proper British accent where we are elves and we are assholes. So
Just turn
it
into
always
Oliver
devolves.
Twist.
Yep.
At least it stays English. Most people try and do English. It's just Australian.
Oh, croaky,
Yeah.
me am.
Gonna fucking piss off this crocky by sticking my finger in its asshole.
You had an Australian on your ship, but he's dead now.
I'd like to find a Frenchman, a German, an Italian.
Oui, mon ami.
This is why I'm not doing an accent for my
Frenchman.
character.
We are the silly Frenchmen who like to sail on the ships in the field. Italian.
Don't just say pizza.
Mario.
I know, right? Just immediately devolve into, oh, yay! It's me, Mario!
Oh, I heard the meow. Oh.
Yeah, so.
If
Yeah,
you
we
guys
just-
are done,
Yep.
it's
Yep.
time to join the search for Jimmy.
Oh, no.
All right, well, where do you think we should start looking, old man?
Well, let's check with the bartenders at the Rusty Spoon and the Lovely Lady. Probably not going to be the Lovely Lady, but...
Oh, that
But
place
they don't
sounds cool. All right, lead on, old man. I don't know my way around this town.
Are there any other inns besides the Rusty Spoon? I assume the Rusty Spoon is a tavern and an inn.
Nope, just tavern.
Just a tavern. Okay. Are there any inns?
The Lovely Lady is a high-end restaurant on top of a high-end hotel, and then
Okay.
there's the Humble Hotel is the building right next to it. It's ran by the same person, but it's less fancy. I don't know. My brain was trying to think of
Prestigious?
less. It's not like the Lovely Lady is ran by the same lady as the Humble Hotel, but her restaurant is very high end, and so are the rooms above are also very high end, and the Humble Hotel is more humble, more standard fare.
Budget version. Hilton budget.
This
Motel
yeah,
8.
I'll still start with the Rusty Spoon just to
Okay.
see if he has seen any.
Whiskey addicted halflings.
It's a
Yeah,
gnome.
I was like, I don't have a description of Jimmy, do I?
Jimmy is a gnome.
All right, fuck off. What's your friend look like?
He looks like me, but more pointy ears. He's a gnome.
Like, what color is his hair?
His hair is black.
Okay, that's a good start. Eye
Unless he
color.
spent like all that money he took, then he probably looks like he's dressed a lot like me.
He probably spent all the money he took. That's what I do.
He took a lot of money from you, though. I don't know if I could spend 35 gold in a week.
Just spent 80 gold
You're like,
this
your
week.
brain was like, couldn't wrap your mind. Oh yeah, there's poor people. What?
Oh my god.
Freaking player characters who are just like, oh, poor people. What did
Okay,
one
oh.
poor person say to the other?
you-
Who cares?
Do you even adventure, bro?
Okay, yeah, you go to the Rusty Spoon. It's fairly early in the morning, so again, not busy. Brutus is there though. The guy seems like a machine because he's always there late in the night and there early in the morning. He's just cleaning glasses. Oh hi, Jack.
Morning, Brutus. Looking for.
You got a kid?
Yeah, an orphan actually, and I'm looking for his brother.
Okay.
Well,
I don't know why you're bringing an underage person into a drinking establishment, but you know
we're just
that's
looking
on
for information.
that's on you, I guess, Jack.
He's only barely under.
We gotta use
Even then,
Canadian
for like
rules.
halfling, I think
16.
he's like technically.
Um,
Plus, there's no underage drinking age in D&D. What?
they come in pints.
Right?
Well, I say brother. It's not blood related. A gnome.
You're not helping me. All right, it's a gnome. You're looking for a gnome.
Black hair, probably dressed like him, or dressed in pristine clothing that he just bought.
Okay.
Obviously you noticed this kid wandering in. You noticed any other kids wandering in over the last week?
I can't say I have, Jack. Sorry. I notice everybody who comes in here.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, Brutus. Probably be back this evening for another round of ale.
All right.
I guess real quick, any ideas where, say a stowaway might turn up in this town?
I mean, have you tried the hotel?
That was my next stop.
All right. Well, I mean, if he didn't have any money, there maybe he could find a halfway house somewhere, but I'm not sure.
All right. Cool. Well, we'll start with the hotel and go from there. Thank you, Brutus.
All right. See you later.
I'll head out to the humble hotel.
All right. You go into the humble hotel. There's somebody on my notes that runs this place. You walk in, and there's a very fairly well dressed man behind the counter, and like he has an air to him that's like it almost looks like he's kind of like floating. And you know this to be Pietro Jorvern, and he is an air ganassi.
Ooh, fancy.
Oh, hello, Jack. What can I
Pietro.
do for you this fine day?
Actually looking for a stowaway.
A stowaway? Why would a stowaway come to my hotel?
Well, the stowaway may have come across some modest amount of coin recently, and maybe they were looking for a nicer place to stay.
Did this stowaway steal from you, Jack?
A stowaway stole from me, Pietro.
You are a silly man. You need to protect your money better.
Aye.
How many times I have to tell you this?
Every time, Pietro. Every time.
Well, what does this person look like? Perhaps I can help.
A gnome, black hair, probably taller than this one here. Either dressed very poorly, like him, or dressed in fine, newly purchased attire. But likely traveling alone.
Well, my friend, you are in luck because that person is staying here in my hotel.
Oh.
He's the black-haired gnome throwing a lot around a lot of money, wearing very brand new clothes. He didn't even take the tags off. He was just wearing the tags like he didn't know that he needed to take them off. Yes, he's staying here. He's in room 3.
3, you say? Well, a coin
I
for
have
your
not
troubles.
seen him come out this morning, so he's probably still in there.
Well, Pietro, a coin for your troubles, and perhaps I could borrow a master key for a few minutes.
Oh, Jack, you know I can't do that. You can just go knock on the door.
All right. Well, I'll still slip him a gold and
He's like into his fancy vest. Like he's got like just like a nice like button-down shirt with a vest over the top of it. You know, just looking real fancy. He obviously takes care of his hair is kind of like wavy, like it's almost always moving because he's an air ganassi, and you're just like, how does he do that? It's almost like he does it on purpose to make his hair like move like there's a breeze always.
Oh, if only Katris had that ability.
You could. Do you have the gust cantrip?
No, I don't.
Missed opportunity.
All right.
I will head to the room.
Okay.
Room 2, and knock on the door.
Yeah. What do you want?
Housekeeping. Clean sheets.
Well, you hear a grumbling. Click. Oh shit! And he turns.
And I'm gonna knock the door open and pull a pistol out on him.
Oh, he's running towards the window.
Stop, or I will shoot you in the ass.
Oh, he skids to a stop. He's like. He turns
Why don't
around
you
and he's got
have
like a shit-eating grin on his face. He's like,
Why don't you have a seat, Jimmy? Why don't you have a seat, Jimmy?
Okay. Shuffles over and sits down. Hands still up.
I'll close the door and holster the pistol.
Did you bring Tobias with you?
In theory, yes.
Yeah,
Unless he
he's-
turned and ran, yes.
I mean, did you bring him up to the room with you?
Yes.
Okay. So he's like, hi, Jimmy. Hi, Tobias. So you got caught too, huh?
Oh, how much of my coin didn't you spend?
Oh, I don't got any left. You're silly. It's been a week.
Do I believe him?
Make an insight check. You believe the hell out of him. Hey, man, you gambled and got double your money, and you rolled a 17 and 219, so it's gonna balance out.
I'm doing fine monetarily. I just.
It's the principle of the thing, really.
He's just like,
the matter.
I mean,
I wanna
at
look
me.
around
I'm all
the
dressed
room.
nice. I'm staying in a nice hotel room.
I wanna
Of
look
course,
around
you don't
for
have
the-
any. I don't have any of your money left.
for the whiskey bottle.
It's. I mean,
I know
you
it's
don't
gonna
find
be
it.
empty.
It's empty, but you know, like wherever it is, it's not here. He's like, "What are you looking for?"
My whiskey.
Oh, well, I drank all that, and I threw the bottle away.
I kind of like Jimmy.
Are you gonna shoot me?
I'm
Can I put my
thinking
hands
about it.
down?
You can put your hands down.
Okay.
It was some very expensive whiskey, too.
It tasted great.
I know. So Tobias here, we've put to work to pay off his debts. So you got a
So
couple.
I done seen you grab him. He didn't even get to spend any of your money.
So Jimmy, you owe me a bottle of whiskey. I tell you what.
Do I though?
You do.
You're the one who passed out drunk on the beach.
I also sailed on the Reaper.
Okay.
You don't know that shit, do you?
No.
I'm a pirate, Jimmy. I shoot people
Cool.
for fun,
Oh, that's not so cool.
and then I take their things. It turns out you have nice
You
things
want my
now,
clothes?
Jimmy.
I bought these clothes, but I don't think they're gonna fit you.
No, but they'll sell for a coin.
Have you tried to sell used clothes? That's not really a thing. He's not wrong.
But the tags are still on them.
They don't look very used.
Well, the things I've done in these clothes. Whew.
You've been to the underground markets.
Yeah.
You know that they pay for fresh meat?
That I'm pretty sure Ty's not a cannibal.
No. I meant living.
Oh, slavery?
Yeah.
That's so cool. Make an intimidation check. That's so cool.
Well, I can offer you an alternative. Something perhaps cooler. The opportunity to steal from, well, anyone we find on the open seas. The trade-off is you'll have to work for it.
Work to steal? That's not very hard. I stole from you.
And now here I am, armed, and in your hotel room.
Do I get a gun?
You might get a gun.
Yo, sold. I'm in. Tobias, are you in? He's like, yeah, I'm already in, bro.
God, kids are difficult.
Man, we wanted to go on adventure. We left Trovan City, and the first stop we get hired to be pirates. Oh my
god, this is so cool! Do I get to keep the clothes?
Yeah, you can keep the clothes.
Aw, can I get a new pair of clothes?
No,
Why not?
you still have more cleaning to do.
I've been cleaning the house every day to pay because you guys are feeding me. Oh, by the way, Jimmy, the amount of food these guys eat is insane. He's like, oh, I know. I've just been eating nonstop. Why do you think I don't have any money left? Also, there's this place here in this town where you can pay to look at boobies.
Wait, when did you find the... You know what? Never mind.
It's been a week, bro.
Oh, wait, really? Yeah, it's really expensive, though.
Yeah, only if you have money, which you don't have anymore.
Yeah, I kind of used it.
So, if you're willing to clean, behave, and help us find more able bodies for the crew we're putting together, we'll let you stay at a nicer, or, well, equally as nice places.
I'm in. I already said I was in. You said I could have a gun, maybe.
Yeah.
And you said I could keep the clothes, so win-win.
Well, how many nights did you pay for here?
I think I got like 2 left, maybe.
Listen, I'm telling the truth here.
Preach.
Hey kids, you want some tits and guns? Fuck yeah, we do. Come with me.
All right, well, I need to go talk to Pietro, and then we'll head out. So come with me.
Okay.
He
Also, I
goes and
need your
like
room
grabs
key.
this the most garish looking hat. It's like way too big for him, and it's got this huge like peacock feather on it.
Nope.
Yeah.
Like think like a
Yes.
sombrero, but it's not a sombrero. It's like a more like a cowboy hat kind of, but not obviously not a cowboy hat, but like
Nope.
lengthwise. And it's
Nope,
just got this
that's-
huge garish feather on it.
That's my hat now.
It won't fit you.
It won't. It really won't, because it's sized to his small head.
You're just jealous because I look sexy. All the girls that I looked at the boobies said I did.
I'm so uncomfortable right now. My brother's talking about boobies.
At least you're not flirting with an NPC.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right.
Damn it. Trying to figure out what to do with the hat. Fine. Give me the room key. I'm gonna take him to go talk to Pietro and
Okay.
return the room key. Like Pietro, he won't be needing the room anymore. He's gonna come stay with us.
Jack, you're losing your touch. Why is he still alive?
Have you seen his hat?
Yes, it's very hard to miss.
I can't shoot a man with a hat like that.
That's fair. All right.
But I
If
do
you want
need.
to give me the key, you are free to go. Thank you.
I need the deposit back.
He paid for the room, Jack. You don't need the money back. Even
Pedro-
if you pay for the room and you don't use it the whole time, you don't get the money back.
Look, I know the no refund policy, but come on, it's not even his coin, it's mine.
Yes, I know, and you're freaking loaded. You work on the Reaper.
Used to work on the Reaper. Surely you've heard the rumors.
Oh, of course I've heard the rumors. I was at the funeral.
So I'm in a bit of a spot. I need a little bit of extra coin.
Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
We're looking for people to hire. Damn it.
He's like, Jack, you can't take money out of the pockets of the honest working civilians in this town. Now get out before I get angry.
All right. Well, thank you for your assistance.
And you
And
turn to go,
Jesus
and he's
Christ.
like, we're still friends, though, yeah?
Yes, Pietro, we're still friends. Mostly because I haven't slept with your sister.
I don't have a sister. You keep mentioning my sister that I don't have. I think
That's a
you're
horn
thinking of
dog.
Ty's sister, not mine.
And that's why I haven't slept with her. Bye, Pietro.
You're an idiot.
I'll head back to the officer's home, Reaper's officer's quarters, to introduce Jimmy to his new abode.
Outside, Blue just has like these huge like stone weights on a massive metal bar. He's just doing curls with like 300-pound weights. And he's like, 247. No, he doesn't know how to count, but he just does a bunch.
He's just saying random numbers.
162, 745, 8,612.
Purple.
In that order. But like the two like small guys are like, because he's just curling these massive rocks. He's like, "Hi, Jack!" He drops it. Just huge holes in the ground where it lands in the yard.
How good? This is Jimmy. He's our newest recruit.
Hi, Jimmy. Oh, Jack, he stole your money, right?
Yes.
Did you get it back?
No.
Oh.
But in exchange for a gun, he's going to work here and
Oh.
behave.
Are we sure we want to give kids guns? I don't know. I guess I'm technically still a kid.
He's like 19, which is still not quite adulthood for ogres.
It'll be
He's gonna
fine.
get bigger. He's like 8 foot, like 450 pounds, and he's gonna get bigger.
It'll be fine, Blue.
Okay.
And unless somebody wants to do something so we don't forget before next time, that's a good stopping point, and we're at 4 o'clock / 4 hours into our session.
Sweet.
Oh,
That was a
I
lot of
think
role
I'm good.
playing this time.
Yeah, after fighting a kraken and doing all that junk, yeah, there was going to be a lot of role playing when you got to this town first. Yeah.
No,
Although-
stop struggling.
Oh, kitty.
No, kitty, it's a bad kitty. No, kitty, my papa.
Well, thanks for playing, fellas.
Yeah, thank you.
Dude, man, the
Okay, that was
freaking
fun.
Russian accent was really hard on my throat. I was like,
Yeah, you went Italian there for a little bit too. I was like, oh. Bring it back.
No, Jack. You can't have your money back.
Boopity boppity boopity.
I won't. Oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
So, are we gonna play next week, or are we gonna go? Are we gonna try to revert back to original schedule, or are we gonna just do 2 weeks from now?
So next week I'm going to be out. I'm going to a doubleheader Mariner game
Oh,
on Saturday. So
Yes.
we got to leave at like 5 in the morning to get
Yeah,
to
I-
Seattle.
Don't know if I'll be able to do next week either. Anyway, because I've got my son over.
The weekend after that is the end of season tournament for my softball league, but we've literally played 2 games. The other 4 have been rained out. every single week, and tomorrows are probably going to get rained out, so I have no idea if it's going to rain that way. Every weekend, it's just been nice Monday through Friday, starts pouring Friday through Sunday, and we can't play.
Same here.
Back to sunny Monday. It's been the most annoying weather I've seen. It's been the wettest I've ever seen it here. Usually in May and June, it's not wet. It doesn't rain. It's just hot. It's just been crazy. But so technically we're supposed to play the end of tournament on Saturday that weekend. Well, I'll let you know the closer it gets. If not, we'll just pick it up when we can again. Because usually Saturdays are not occupado for me, but we're doing a Father's Day weekend thing this weekend.
And I'm not entirely sure how my schedule's changing this summer, because I get to do the summer job now, which should be fun. I get to drive a swather. And those hours are going to be 6 p.m. to like 6 or 9 a.m. It's been fun.
That's no bueno.
But it's not all summer long. It's only until we get everything cut.
Yeah, well, like we're not doing this based off of Tanner's work schedule anymore, so which was the every other Saturday thing. So like we might miss the next couple weeks, but then we could play the week after that, and then we could start doing it. If we're gonna miss like 2 weeks from now, we could do it every like back-to-back Saturdays if we have to. If we're gonna miss like 3 weeks worth of time, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we can make it up.
We can
Just...
like fluctuate a little bit.
Especially in the summertime, people have shit going on.
People
There's
have
a lot of
lives,
holidays.
and it's fun to go outside and do stuff in the summertime.
Yeah.
I'm
I
usually
like hiding from the elements.
I'm usually free on a Saturday like evening anyway. For the most part, there's like a couple coming up that I'm covering shifts.
Right now, so.
Yeah, there's a couple of times when it's coming up that I'm covering a shift, a late shift, which means I don't get home till like 10. But we'll figure it out.
Okay, yeah, we'll just kind of play it by ear for the summer.
Okay, but for certain, not next week, correct?
For certain, not next week. I won't be here.
that's right,
The weekend
Mariners
after
game.
that is a maybe.
Okay.
Depending on
Okay.
if it's raining that weekend. All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming. Thanks everybody for playing.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, that's fun. Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for everything. Catch you later.